Well, welcome back, everybody, to the Danville Dashers Broadcast Network, live here in downtown Danville, Illinois, at the David S. Palmer Arena. Game night number 2 in the weekend series between the Elmira Enforcers and your Danville Dashers here in Danville. Of course, last night's game ending in a very close one, 3-2 the final score, with Troy Passingham fueling the Elmira Enforcers to a win last evening, including 5 goals there. A good game, very back and forth. Both teams shared the lead a few times. It was a deciding goal, though, in the third period as Dale Dion scored the tying goal, and Cameron Yarwood put home the last goal of the game. That would prove the deciding goal on assists from Ahmed Mahfouz and Hudson Michaelis. Both two of them played very important roles for Elmira in last night's game and look to probably do the same. Nate Williamson with you right now, and with me, my broadcast partner, Mr. Dennis Michelson. D-Mike, Saturday night at the David S. Palmer Arena. How you feeling?
It's reggae wine night out here. I've had about 3 or 4. I'm feeling good. And look at this. Our officials even got laid before the game tonight. So we're looking forward to a fantastic night of hockey here at the David S. Palmer Arena.
Yeah, indeed. And they did indeed. We'll see if they skate with those on during the game.
Flowered lays. I'm sorry.
Now you make the distinction?
Flowered lays.
It'd be hilarious to see Paul Jean wear that the whole game. What a boss move that would be.
Well, I'm still thinking that here at the Palmer Arena with the big flamethrowers to bring the players on, I want to go down there and roast some marshmallows one of these games. Do you think I can get away with that?
I don't know. You might get checked out of the way for all I know about this place. I've seen stranger things as the Elmira Enforcers come out to start the night. It's going to be Troy Passingham in goal for them. We haven't gotten the full starting lineups yet, I don't think, from Coach Ray Tremblay and Coach Brent Clarkey, but we're going to be getting those in just a little bit here as Elmira and Danville make their way out on the ice. About 33 seconds until we start the pregame festivities here. We'll have our national anthem and a puck drop per usual. Pretty standard night here. We do have, obviously, like Dennis said, our luau night with reggae wines, but other than that, not a whole lot going on. Pretty normal night here in Danville, and we're happy for it. It's time for some hockey. We're going to let that take the lead tonight. What better lead could you have than a game of FPHL hockey?
Nice, energetic crowd out here at the David S. Palmer Arena. We saw a great game last night. We may not have liked the outcome, but we saw some great hockey, and I think we're going to have round 2 of a great hockey game tonight.
And Dennis, a couple of times so far this season when you get 2 high-scoring teams that kind of end up coming into a game and playing a tight game the first night of the weekend, the second game seems to turn into a absolute shootout. It seems to go high-scoring. Do you think that's a possibility here tonight?
It's a possibility. I think the other thing that's a possibility is we saw a very clean-played game without a lot of penalties. We could have a lot of fights tonight. Nothing is against, it's all up in the air here. It's going to be the first few minutes of the game that sets the tone.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. 2 teams that they're not the league leaders in hits, let's put it that way, but can lay the stick if they want to, and guys like Levi Armstrong, even Nick Gullo will like to lay the boom. We saw Seth Ensor deliver a couple of hits last night for Danville, and over on the Elmira side, obviously, a couple of really, really big defensemen. We saw one fight last night that kind of sprang out of nothing, really, with an interference penalty. Wasn't a whole lot behind it, though, and I don't think there was a whole lot of volatile attitudes after that. But nonetheless, we're going to see them go again here tonight at the David S. Palmer Arena. I'm sure we're in for a barn burner of a game here.
Yeah, it was a great fight, and then after the fight, both players are standing in the hallway yucking it up.
Yeah, so that sounds about right.
It was one of those things where, they get it out of their system and it's over. That's why fighting is not a bad thing in hockey, because all of that pent-up emotion and excitement has an outlet, and both of these teams are very clean teams. They just hit hard, and that's good old-fashioned hockey that we love to see.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think you hit the nail on the head there. Old-fashioned hockey, the Enforcer maybe kind of going out of style in most hockey leagues, but you still need a guy like that on your team. I will preach that until the day I die, Enforcers in the NHL or not. I think you need a big guy in there to not let things get so out of hand. We're going to pause for our national anthem here. Kurt Kaiser will be bringing that to you.
Always a treat.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Well, Dennis, as someone who cannot sing, I think it's safe to say Kurt Kaiser can probably sing just a little bit.
He's my hero. I am telling you, next to Jim Cornelison, nobody in any sport does a better job than Mr. Kurt Kaiser in getting the crowd excited singing the national anthem.
Justin Browsen and Ahmed Mahfouz going to take the ceremonial puck drop for the evening. That's going to be done by Reggae Wines, obviously, on Reggae Wines Luau night. And the Danville Township Youth Player Spotlight out there was Gage Biddle from the Junior Dashers.
And just for the record, I don't always brag about Kurt Kaiser just because his family and him sitting up close to us here in our broadcast position. He's awesome, man. He's awesome.
He is, but don't let him hear that.
You notice I got the compliments out of the way real early.
You just throw them out there, because why not? Well, looks like we haven't gotten our official starting lineups from the referee booth just yet, but that's okay. We'll kind of announce it as they come out here. We do have our full lineups, of course. And one player we do know is going to be featuring here heavily for the Dashers tonight, Patrick Zelak, who had 2 points in last night's game, picking up the third star in the game for his efforts against the Enforcers. However, he'll be hoping to flip the script and have the Dashers walk away with a win, star or not for him. You got to think he's out there to get that W. Puck drop coming at center circle, won by Elmira and played back into the back by Elmira as they wrap it around here, bring it behind the goal of Troy Passingham. This one's going to come out to Ahmed Mahfouz. And it's coming down the left-hand side here. Elmira with some nice build-up play in the early going. The shot, goal!
Oh!
What an early strike there from the Elmira Enforcers on that one.
Another easy goal given up by Jesse Gordichuk. We saw one last night for sure. 2 of the 3 goals last night were kind of chances that we've seen him stop all season long. There was a quick shot by Elmira, and they already cash in just, my goodness, not even 20 seconds into this one, Nate.
And we'll bring it right back to the center circle. 19:41 left to go here in the first period. Just 20 seconds off the clock and already a goal for the Elmira Enforcers. Building up quickly there and scoring, slotting home on one of their first attempts. Actually, the first shot of the game, and a second shot bounces off Gordichuk. Rebound out. It didn't get as far as Gordichuk on the last one. Now coming the other way, Zelak. Patrick Zelak carries it in, dumps it around, tries to find Barakov. It's going to come all the way to Passingham, who freezes it. Elmira now off to a hot start here, a 1-0 game against the Danville Dashers, and we're down to 19-17, almost through the first minute here, and 1 goal. I think it's safe to say we are on pace for 20 goals in the first period. I don't know that we're going to see that, Dennis, but wouldn't that be a story?
Well, that's what the math majors would tell us.
Yeah, well, that's why we got to get rid of those number guys, right? I can't do math, so I don't worry about it. This one won by Danville. A shot from the point. Oh, it looked like it went in, but came around the right side of the goal. Now brought back around. Danville keeps it off the net. Turner tries to play this one through, and some nice hustle play there by Jurich keeps it out. This one played by Seth Ensor all the way down to the other side. It finds Glenn Patterson. Danville able to keep it in, though. Held up just a little bit, but keeps it along the boards on that hustle play there. But Elmira Everett will turn it over and give it to Jurich down on the right-hand side. Pass fluttered over to Mark Essery and thrown down the ice. This one all the way back to Sam Turner. Turner brings it behind his own net, looking for a pass. Essery playing a little bit of offensive defense here, trying to get advantage of any of the loose pucks. We've seen a couple of them last night that were threatening. Danville got to make sure to take care of the puck because they're going to be pressing from Elmira. Tesserero's pass bounces off a body and comes back, now sent down the ice to Troy Passingham. Passed off to the defenseman on the other side here. Passed up all the way to Dimitra Babenko. Almost a one-on-one opportunity there for Andrew Harrison, the former Dasher. Instead, it's out to the Dashers' defense. Won back nicely here by Babenko, who wraps it around here on the near side. Turned over to Danville, now come the other way with it down the right-hand side. Levi Armstrong. Armstrong gets past one, a pass back, and all the way to Fred Hine. Levi Armstrong with a rebound, no good. This one coming down the left-hand side now through Elmira. Lots of back-and-forth action here in the last 30 seconds or so. All the way over here to Zach Pease. Pease tangled up with Brett Menton on the right-hand side. Menton is able to get a pass that's deflected just a little bit and comes to Fred Hine, who throws one to Armstrong. It's off the stick of Armstrong and down into the Elmira side of things for Dale Dion. Dion comes through it on the left-hand side, scored the game-tying goal last night. Turned over to Danville, thrown across the ice to Fred Hine, back across the middle, a shot fluttering. Almost knocked in there by Mitch Atkins. Instead, off the boards, Passingham able to get a glove on it and freeze it.
Pretty play by the Danville Dashers. Fred Hine had the option for a shot, but had a player between him and the goaltender, decided to make the pass instead, made a good one. The Dashers almost cashed in.
This one won by Danville, but barely kept on the line there by Logan Hawgood, trying to wrap it around, but instead a nice defensive effort there from Gino Mini. Brought back around down the right-hand side here.
Good aggressive forechecking by the Danville Dashers.
Jesse Nayer on top of things there with the hustle play. He takes a little bit of a bump there, but instead it comes back to Mini. That one picked off by Hawgood, but only as far there as number 27, Hudson Michaelis. He wraps it around. He's got an opportunity here going up against Gordichuk. Didn't take the puck with him, though, and it comes back along the boards. Now behind to Ahmed Mahfouz. That one bounced off the leg of Troy Murray. Almost found a slot in the side of Gordichuk's armor. Instead, comes back to Danville, and they're headed the other way through Fred Hine. Hine wraps it around, looking for an assist here as he tries to pick out a pass. Mahfouz with some nice hand-eye to get a stick on it. Touched up by Barakov and sent down the ice. It'll be a foot race between him and JT Walters for it. Walters wins out and gets it to Essery along the boards. Fought for along the boards here and actually comes all the way down the ice to Danville. That one came to Turner.
Good energy and pressure by the Dashers here early.
Passingham tries to blocker that one away. It was well wide anyway. No harm, no foul. As this one dumped down the ice by Elmira as far as Seth Ensor. Ensor trying to pick a pass there to Barakov. It comes down all the way to Passingham and freezes with ease. Ziz. We're going to have a face-off here, probably to the left of Troy Passingham. A lot of that opportunity coming now from the right side of the Danville offense, a.k.a. the left D for Elmira. But nonetheless, 16 minutes flat left to go here in the first period. 1-0 in favor of the Enforcers. That one slapped down. A nice play there by Elmira to keep it. Trying to link up with Mark Essery, but Essery unable to get a stick on it as that puck bounced with a mind of its own. That one thrown all the way down there, and we'll have an icing.
Good idea, bad execution as they were going for that long pass, but just missed connecting. And we'll have a face-off down in the Danville Dashers end of the ice here on the near side to the left of Jesse Gordichuk.
Won by Elmira, played back to Yarwood. Yarwood a slap shot up wide and right. Pass there intercepted off the stick of Levi Armstrong, who's already seen quite a few minutes tonight, and all the way down to Essery. Essery passes it around here to Stevens. Kyle Stevens is tripped up a little bit there. The puck lost, and that one comes back into the Elmira defensive zone to Glenn Patterson. Patterson shrugs off a stick and carries it across his own blue line, across the red, turned over here. Now it comes over to Mitch Atkins on the left-hand side. I think Atkins took a stick there from his own bench trying to pass there. Instead, coming down to the right-hand side to Danville. Bounces around the back of Passingham's goal. Trying to connect anything here is Danville. Brett Menton on it. Oh, trying to link up there with number 91, Jesse Nayer. Just couldn't quite get on the other end of it. And now Elmira comes the other way through Kyle Stevens. Stevens still on it here. He's got space off the shoulder pad of Jesse Gordachuk. He tried to go bar down. Oh, a shot from the point off to the right of Gordachuk, and that one came off the stick there from the Elmira defenseman. Not touched up on the way in, just a little bit wide. Come the other way with it, Mitch Atkins, the former Elmira Enforcer turned Danville Dasher, gives an opportunity to Fred Hine. It comes off the blocker of Passingham. Thrown back behind here, unable to keep it in was Brett Menton, and it comes all the way back to Jesse Gordachuk. Picked up by Brad Denny, over to Menton. Menton gives it back to Denny. He's going to be in a foot race here with number 14, Zach Pease for it, and Pease wins out. And now comes down the other side of the ice. It's in the hands of Gino Mini. Now coming down the other way, dumped into the offensive zone. It'll come back for an icing.
Good energy by both clubs so far, but other than that early goal, 19 seconds into this one, not a lot of real good solid shots on goal. What has been thrown on goal has been kind of on the weak side so far.
Yeah, and the Elmira Enforcers really making the most of their time on the puck, as Danville had a fair share of puck possession here so far, but Elmira being really the most threatening in almost every situation. It's back over here to Tyler Quintos, though. Speaking of threatening, he can make something out of nothing. And not able to make something out of being in between four bodies there, is Elmira able to get that one out to Mafuz. Comes all the way down to Brandon Tucker coming up the left-hand side here. Tucker with a nice stick carry, and that one frozen up by Gordachuk. Tucker trying to make something happen there. Tucker with the goal earlier, just 40 seconds in, on the assist by Ahmed Mafuz.
Two bodies flying at the net for Elmira. Good move by Jesse Gordachuk to get this face-off on the far side to his right side.
And we'll see the result of that face-off here. It's won by Elmira and passed back to the stick of number 24, J.T. Walters. This one fired on by his attacking partner there. That was Brandon Tucker looking for his second. Gordachuk up to the task on that one with 13:34 left to go in the first period. Elmira up a goal here at the David S. Palmer Arena. If you're just now joining us, one goal so far on the night. It came in the first 40 seconds, and we haven't seen anything since, as this one is played by Elmira, who have built up some nice puck possession so far tonight. Official sets a screen there on accident, and this one carried in. Looked like it might have gone in, but instead went on the left-hand side. One back by Elmira still. A shot from the point is almost redirected in.
Look out.
It didn't get as far as Gordachuk. This one would have, though. It came around wide. Hoggood doing whatever he can to get rid of it. Does a nice job there getting it to Troy Murray. Out to Browsen.
Oh, Browsen being held. They will have a call here.
He picked up the call, and Gordachuk coming off the ice. Jesse Nayer will be the next man on. To no avail, though, as that one comes right to Troy Passingham. Some good work there by Justin Browsen to hold on to the puck and draw that penalty, as that was a pretty clear-cut hold. You had an official staring him right down, and you're not going to get that one. So now Brandon Tucker with a goal and a penalty to his name as he goes to the box.
I think the official penalty on that is 2 minutes for mugging.
It's pretty hard to mug Justin Browsen. He's a pretty big dude.
It's a big dude. Use that big body to his advantage to draw that penalty, something that the Dashers have done very well this year.
We'll have our first Jenna Worth power play of the night here in Danville. Oh, right in front of net here for Danville. Had an opportunity, but it's sent all the way down the ice to Gordachuk.
Three good flails on that rebound, but good job by the netminder for Elmira, standing tall between the pipes.
Passingham had a great showing last night, let in 2 goals, but compared to the opportunities that were given up, not a bad track record to have. As Gordachuk able to keep this one, 1:22 left to go in the power play, 12:18 left to go. A nice stick handle there, gets it out of harm's way. That was Justin Browsen, the man who drew the penalty. That one turned over not nicely, though, to Dale Dion and flung back into the zone. Turner with it now.
Great PK that Elmira has all season long. Their stats one of the best teams in the league at killing penalties, and Coach says it's their pressure on the puck that does it for them.
Danville trying to work anything out here. Barakov coming down the right-hand side. Pulls it back, looking for a pass. Some nice defensive work there. Keeps him off of it. He does a good job at keeping a hold of it. And we have a stoppage. We'll see what it's all about. As this one actually going to come back over the line here.
They said it was offside. Came up just past the blue line.
That makes sense. Justin Browsen looking for his 200th FPHL goal tonight. He'll be out there quite a bit on the power play, you would expect, after drawing that one earlier tonight. Quintos is played into the boards here. It comes back to Brad Denny, who takes a hit from behind. That one's going to be called too. We're going to have 36 seconds of 5-on-3.
5-on-3,
and
baby.
Brad Denny wants to fight.
No, come on. Don't retaliate. Take the penalty instead, young man.
Brendan Hussey on the hit here. He's going to see some time in the box. And Dmitro Babenko actually not happy about it. Maybe it was Babenko that hit him. Excuse me.
Put him in the boards later, Brad. Do not cost your team a penalty right here when you have a chance to go on a 5-on-3 and change the whole dynamic of this game.
It was kind of odd because Brad Denny wanted a piece of Brendan Hussey on that one. But it looks like it's Babenko who's going to be serving the penalty.
I think he was ready to take on the entire Elmira Enforcers team right there. He was so irritated.
It's not a whole lot that you see that out of Brad Denny.
No.
He's a fairly even-keeled guy.
Very even-keeled guy. When you see Brad Denny upset, you know there's a good reason for it. But right there, he could not risk getting a penalty called on him.
And the absolute best way to get back at somebody for checking you into the boards, score a goal on the power play.
Score a goal and then get even with them the next time you got them in the corner.
Fred Hine taking the face-off and winning it out to the point here. Justin Browsen out there on the point. This one given over to Jesse Nair, played behind to Fred Hine. Hine on it now. He's going to try and kick this one out to the point here to Sam Turner. Turner's probably going to have a shot. Instead passes to Browsen. Browsen with a shot off the leg there of number 9, Dale Dion, and turned over to Elmira, coming the other way with it down the left-hand side. Number 19 on it, Ahmed Mahfouz. Over to Dion. Dion checked hard into the boards. JT Walters looking for a penalty, but Danville looking for a goal. Coming down the other way here through the right. It's Brett Menton. Over to Hine. Hine tries to lay that one off for Browsen, but not up to par there were the Dashers. Atkins with it behind the net.
First penalty over.
Atkins out to Hine. Back to 5-on-4 hockey here. Still the Genilworth power play. Hine a shot swallowed up. If Elmira can kill this one off, they've got all the momentum coming the other way. If Danville can score, you could argue the same thing. Coming out to the point here for Turner. Turner, a fake shot, instead passes it. Fred Hine not up to the task, though. That one comes all the way out off the shoe of Justin Browsen and going to be cleared down the ice all the way to Jesse Gordichuk.
A lot of good passing, but need to put the puck on the net and try to get a rebound and get the goalie down and out.
Not a lot of clear shooting lines there, as Elmira does a good job at clogging those, but Danville still on the 5-on-4 here for about 43 seconds.
Here we go.
An open pass down the right-hand side. It's a... Oh, it was Barakov who had it, but blew a skate, couldn't get the puck on his stick at all. And now Elmira comes the other way, playing through number 27, Hudson Michaelis.
We're seeing some good hitting tonight.
Quintos down the right-hand side. Pass 1, tries to drag pass 2, looking for a pass. He's going to bring it out to the point. 20 seconds left to go here on the power play. Quintos into the corner here. Back to Quintos, score, shoots. Oh, it's almost put back in there.
Flailing away at it.
Oh, Troy Passingham couldn't have had any idea where that one was. I don't think anyone would have, but did just enough to poke it out. And 14 seconds left on the power play. How crucial was that?
Finally, a shot coming up wide and high and into the net and out of play. But my goodness, Danville with a lot of effort and a lot of opportunity in front of the net.
Dmitro Babenko actually got the penalty there for what it's worth for boarding. He'll come out in about 10 seconds. The shot goes wide to the left there for Danville. Thrown the other way by Mahfouz. He takes a hit into the boards from Levi Armstrong. Out dangerous in front of the net there from Gordichuk. You know, it's a good thing in hockey. It takes an awful lot. And we'll finish that thought in a second here. That one actually turned back over to Danville. Would have had an opportunity there, Hudson Michaelis. Instead, played back by the point man. Power play over for Danville. Elmira kills both a 5-on-3 and a 5-on-4 there. Brandon Tucker, Dmitro Babenko, both out of the box now. And Danville coming the other way with it. Trying to play through Nick Gullo, who's along the boards. Played into the boards, gets it out to Zelok. Patrick Zelok on it. Zilly drops it down into the sideboards here, and it comes all the way to Menton. Actually, Nick Gullo on that one. Trying to redirect it there is Danville. That was number 7, Patrick Zelok in there trying to throw that one in, trying to push it past Troy Passingham, who was up to the task. Elmira now able to play this one from behind their own goal. Coming the other way with it, JT Walters. He passes it on. A shot there from Dion is redirected up off of the shoulder of Jesse Gordachuk, and out of play, we'll have a face-off.
Yeah, Gordachuk stopping that one out of self-defense. That was a wicked shot coming in from the point from Elmira.
Well, we're going to have our first media timeout here.
Interesting thing, Nate, when I was talking to Coach Ray before the game, I asked him what happened in the second and third periods last night when our offense disappeared. He was actually very pleased with the energy that he got from his team from start to finish last night. And, you know, the energy at the end of the game was certainly really strong. Almost cashed in on that power play at the very end of that game last night to get that equalizer. It was a tough loss, but he was actually fairly happy with the energy and the effort he got from his team last night and wants a little more from them tonight.
5 digits. If they are 22871.
At the first media timeout, referees refueling on water, Gatorade, various marshmallows, anything dangled into the press box there by onlooking fans, obviously as a means of appreciation, of course, no doubt about that. I have seen some strange things dangled into a penalty box in my lifetime. Chocolate bars, some marshmallows on a fishing rod, bells, whistles, you name it, it's all been there.
Now, the home penalty box is fully stocked with all kinds of candy. I did notice that between periods a couple of games ago.
That's a good decision. I think if I was a referee, I'd need that sugar during the game. Or if I was a hockey player, I would still need that kind of sugar during the game.
Just hope the players don't want to go and sample all the different kinds of chocolates and other candy that are there, though.
Mitch Atkins drops that one back off the face-off. One as far as Seth Ensor, who brings it across his own blue line. No real threat of that one turning into anything, though. It was turned right over to Mark Essery, who gives it to Jurich. Tyler Jurich. He's derobed there by Sam Turner, and just in time.
Turned it over, though.
Mark Essery in front of net, a shot. Save, Gordachuk. What a beauty.
Wow. Once again, the Danville defense getting a little sloppy with the puck in their own end. Turned it over, and Elmira almost cashed in.
Face off here to the left of Jesse Gordachuk. Taking it for Elmira, number 47, Kyle Stevens. He does a nice job tying up the stick there. Mitch Atkins, oh wow, what a save there by Jesse Gordachuk. Got his whole body extended to get up and knock that one out of the air. That was going far down. Now come the other way, Jesse Nair. Stripped of the puck there. Mark Essery ends up with it. He passes it out to Kyle Stevens. Stevens coming down, a shot there, goes wide right at Gordachuk. Rebound to Stevens. Gets batted up into the air, and it's a scrum for it in front of the open net. Brad Denny comes up with it. Denny out to Jesse Nair on the right-hand side here. He flips that one up into the glove of Troy Passingham. He's going to have to get back quick as Mitch Atkins had an opportunity, tried to take advantage of it, and Passingham says nope and grabs it with a glove, and we'll have a face-off here to the left of Troy Passingham.
Very smart move because Mr. Fred Hine was circling, and like a shark, he was ready to take a bite out of that puck if it had been played by the netminder.
Face off to the left of Passingham. Won momentarily by A.J. Tesserero. His pass bounces past Brad Denny, though, and he comes back with it. Brad Denny to Levi Armstrong off the boards. Armstrong, a nice pass there to Browsen, who's looking for his shot. He goes wide to the right there of Passingham. Browsen with it now along the boards. He brings it back around. Looking for an outlet pass here. Elects to dump it backwards to Levi Armstrong. Armstrong trying to funnel this one through. It's tipped up around the boards. It's going to fall to the Dashers there in the corner. Eventually it gets its way around to Browsen. Poked over his stick there nicely by number 14, Zach Pease. Browsen on it now here in the corner. Dumped along to Tesserero. Out to Browsen. Armstrong with a backhanded wrister, and that one swung with the whole stick there. He was really looking to put some power behind it. A little bit much. It's up and a left of Troy Passingham. Not a bad opportunity there, though, from the young kid from Champaign.
I think it got a little piece of a stick of one of the Elmira defenders, and that's why it took that sudden rise out of play. But good hustle by Levi Armstrong. I've been really impressed with that youngster's game and how well it's developed into this season.
Face off here to the right of Troy Passingham. It's won by Elmira and played along the boards here to Jake T. Walters. Played up the left now here. Elmira looking to build again and look for that second goal. 1 goal lead you wouldn't think is going to be enough to do it in this game for either side, but we'll find out. Come the other way with it. Yarwood pushes it down. He links up there with Brandon Tucker. Coming out with it there was Hudson Michaelis. Now Tucker, a shot from the left, almost redirected in.
It got in.
Oh, it did go through the pad there of Jesse Gordachuk and in. Elmira takes a 2-0 lead.
I think Brandon Tucker just got enough of it to kind of nudge it through and into the net, and it's 2-0. Jesse Gordachuk making a nice move to make that stop, but just barely redirected past him.
He did nicely to get over there as Danville defenseman kind of left him out to dry there.
Getting a little sloppy with the puck tonight.
And a nice setup play there by Elmira. We'll see who gets the official goal here. Now we're at 2-0. 6:31 left to go here in the first period. And Danville looking to do anything. They've had opportunities, some nice possession, but no real creative shots on goal that I would say really justified a goal just yet, but they're working on that part as this one thrown all the way down here behind Jesse Gordachuk. Elmira once again in the offensive zone. Over to Danville as Fred Hines going to have it here at the blue line. Hine trying to get anything played out here. Mitch Atkins with it. He tips it across the blue line, and it's won back by Elmira on that Dale Dion. Passed over here to number 7, Gino Mini. Mini up to Essery, who throws it to Jesse Gordachuk. Gordachuk looking for an outlet, has to dump it back around there to his defenseman, and now coming the other way with it is Atkins. Atkins over to Fred Hine. Levi Armstrong back out there for Danville, playing some big minutes here so far tonight. Rewarded probably for a beautiful pass last night, as well as some good plays here so far tonight, so good to see him. Elmira winning this one back and trying to shut down whatever offense Danville can get out as they're looking to get creative with the lines. Elmira looking to do more of the same as they pass it up to Mark Essery. A break here, Dion across, trying to find Jurich. Jurich, a shot from the point, swallowed up by the chest of Gordachuk. And having a stick in there, trying to poke it in was Gino Mini, but Gordachuk freezes this one. We'll have a face-off to the left of the Dashers goaltender.
They did allow that second goal, right? The scoreboard is not responding.
We've seen that happen before. Our scoreboard is responding.
I want to make sure that I actually saw what I saw.
Tied up here by Elmira, played back into their defensive zone. Yep, Brandon Tucker fed by Ahmed Mahfouz for the second time tonight as that duo links up. This one played around, it's gonna come all the way out to Pease. Pease over here, a shot that goes up high at Jesse Gordachuk. That one came off the stick of Brendan Hussey. Oh, a huge hit there along the boards and a high one as one of the Dashers is down holding his mouth.
A little retaliation shot as well coming in, now big scrum.
We'll see, no penalty was blown, so we're gonna get the trainer out here.
Getting a little escort there.
That was a huge hit there along the boards, kind of a blind side, but nothing too malicious in that.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, it looked like he was just a little off balance when he got hit. Took a pretty good shot.
No penalties assessed. We're going to separate the teams here and get this one figured out.
I have a feeling we're going to see a revisitation of that whole event, though. That's kind of where I think it's going to end up being.
Captain's getting an explanation here. Armstrong says, I'm going to do something to you that you probably won't like.
Oh, boy. A lot of jawing going on here on the benches.
It was bound to happen eventually here between these two teams.
You know, my advice to Elmira is don't irritate Levi Armstrong.
That's probably the one player on the Dashers team that I would advise
I don't want to mess with him.
I actually wouldn't want to mess with any of them, but especially not Levi.
Levi has a certain ability on the ice to hit you pretty hard.
You know, you got to skate with your head up, though. That's one thing I will add.
Yeah, both legally and illegally. He's, you know, with the fisticuffs, he's pretty darn good, too.
With 4:55 left to go here in the first period. We'll see the fallout from that later, I've got no doubt. But Levi Armstrong,
next shift we're going to see it.
Wouldn't want to justify his playing time. He's seen a lot of it so far tonight.
No, and he's good hustle game. He's not going to take a cheap penalty, but he is going to get a couple of good hits.
This one passed back and forth a little bit between the two teams. Not intentionally, though. Eventually brought out by Zach Pease down the right-hand side. Pease wrapping it around, trying to look for an outlet pass here. He's hounded down by Troy Murray. Now coming the other way with it is Barakov. Barakov down the right-hand side, gets past one, trying to use the referee as a little screen there. Didn't quite come off with it. Now Elmira comes the other way. Playing down the left-hand side here, turned over to Tyler Quintos. This one comes back to Barakov, looking for Zalak. Patrick Zelak goes down there. His stick was tied up. Now Elmira coming down the left-hand side.
Zilly didn't like that and gives a little shot with his stick on the other
stick. Oh, a nice
stick.
move there as that one almost snuck through. Jesse Gordichuk with a nice save.
We're starting to see a lot of very irritated players out here, Nate. I think we're going to start to see a little bit in the way of fireworks before the end of this first period.
This one won by Elmira, but pushed through to the Dasher defense here down the right-hand side. Now they come the other way with it through Jesse Nair. Nair might be in a foot race to get this one. He was running against JT Walters. Danville had it for a moment. A stick goes flying, and we'll see how this one plays out here down the right-hand side for Elmira. A nice move there from number 27, Hudson Michaelis. It's going to get called back offside. 3:34 left to go here in the first period.
And with this shift change, as Levi Armstrong's skates hit the ice, he signals over to the Elmira bench for a shift change from their team. I think Levi is going to get even tonight.
We'll see. This face-off won by Elmira. Probably should worry about that 2-0 score deficit, though, in all honesty. That's kind of the big deal here heading into the end of the first period, although I would love to see another Levi Armstrong scrap. Not going to lie. That one bounced off the chest there of Jesse Gordichuk and played back behind the Dasher defense. First one to it here is going to be Hudson Michaelis. He tries to play it along the boards. He's hounded by the Dasher defense. That was Brett Menton in on that one. He sends it up the boards. Armstrong screened off of it. He would have had it first. Tipped up a little bit there, but Jesse Gordichuk adjusts the pad and gets the glove down on it.
Down to 3:06 left in the first period here. Dashers need to get some offense going, Nate.
Yeah, you got to try and mix things up here as you have gone the first period without really too many good chances, and we'll see how the adjustments come. And somebody to keep an eye on there, flipping the puck down, was Justin Browsen. Tesserero and Armstrong out there applying pressure, and this one thrown all the way down behind the ice at Jesse Gordichuk. Mafuz racing Menton for it. Menton wins out, gets it to Armstrong. Armstrong passes it down here, gets as far as Tesserero. That one was doomed to be called back offside.
Brausen got stuck offside there in sort of no man's land and knew it. There wasn't much that he could do to get back onside. Levi calling out the opposition as he comes by the bench.
Armstrong actually talking to the coach there on the bench.
I think he's talking to anyone who wants to will take a time to listen.
I would certainly agree with that. Andrew Harrison comes down. He throws it along the boards to Seth Ensor. Ensor with it now, being hounded there by Harrison. Gets it out to the speedster Nick Gullo as he's wrapped up into the boards, but able to get rid of it just in time. And Danville looking to go the other way with it. 2:22 left to go here in the first period. Sam Turner loses that one. It's coming down the other way through Andrew Harrison. Harrison passes back to Pease. Pease on it now, pressed into the boards. Harrison with it. Comes around the other way. A shot from Glenn Patterson goes wide right at Gordichuk. And back to Sam Turner. Now coming the other way with it, Tyler Quintos. He's been quiet tonight. Seth Ensor on it. He throws it along the boards off the leg of the official. Sometimes you wonder, was that on purpose? Sometimes you think it was. Comes back to Sam Turner. Danville having to get back on side. He throws that one off the boards, and it comes back down the other way. Danville gets a shift change here. 1:45 left to go in the first period. Thrown up to Nair. That one bounced off the boards, off a man, and down onto the ice. And this one coming the other way is Mafuz. Back all the way behind Gordichuk, who comes out of his goal to meet it, but a little bit too slow on that one. Big hit there late in the corner. Seth Ensor going to try and do something with this one. Elmira enjoying a fair portion, I would say, of the possession here so far. That one thrown down, icing waved off, as getting to it first was Brandon Tucker. Now come the other way with it, Danville. Seth Ensor throws this one down. A nice hand-eye there by Gino Mini. Sees it go the other way to Ahmed Mahfouz. Back to Atkins, who shows off, says I can do some hand-eye too, and brings it around his own net. Looking to link up there with Fred Hine, and does. Hine, a nice stretch pass there over to Jesse Nair. Nair from the point here. Back to, Atkins taken off his feet, delayed penalty. Atkins down on the ice, the former Elmira Enforcer. Gordichuk off the ice here, an extra man, Justin Browsen comes on. Danville gonna get set up here with 45 seconds left to go. Justin Browsen skates around. He links up with Murray. Murray carries it through, and that's going to be the end of that penalty, as we're going to have it blown dead here with 37 seconds left to go. Dashers able to extend that penalty just a little bit.
Good aggressive move towards the net. That was one of the best opportunities we've seen for the Dashers. Elmira canceled it out with the old hook, old Captain Hook, to take him down for a 2-minute.
Face-off will be to the right here of Troy Passingham. Penalty assessed to Hudson Michaelis.
That was one of those no doubt about it penalties.
Atkins in the face-off circle. It was won there, though, by Kyle Stevens. Back to Hine, over to Turner. Turner and Browsen in the backcourt. That one redirected, trying to get it past Troy Passingham. Instead, Passingham gets it down to his left. Danville able to take it at Elmira Enforcer down, and a shot from the point there, swallowed up nicely. Troy Passingham with a good save after a block.
Very nice, hard shot coming in from Mitch Atkins, but swallowed up. Good look by Passingham, and he had a good stop on it all the way.
With just 18 seconds left to go, a shot from the point here coming from Browsen. A nice slide there from Mahfouz, sees that one canceled out. 10 seconds left, that might do it, as Danville will have one more opportunity. Sam Turner carries through. He keeps it through 1, through 2, finds some space over to Passingham. Got a shot on goal there. Fred Hine out to the point. A shot from the point is redirected. Mahfouz on the ground to block that one up.
Not much that Mahfouz won't do to try to win a hockey game. He's all over there making a couple of great sliding blocks. Elmira certainly outplayed Danville in that first 20 minutes, Nate.
A competitor in all ways, I would say, about Ahmed Mahfouz. Done a great job so far with this Elmira side since they were awarded another team through expansion, and they've had a good track record in the playoffs and in the regular season. Elmira goes a little bit premature there toward the locker room.
Yeah, I think the fact that Levi Armstrong was sort of waiting at the door was convincing the officials to delay the guys coming off the ice.
Yeah, better safe than sorry in that kind of a situation, I do suppose. Well, either way, Elmira going to take a 2-0 goal lead here into the first intermission. That period went by pretty quickly, I would say. There were a couple penalties, but it seemed like Elmira, with their incredible, distinct penalty kill, was able to wave them off for the most part. There's a reason that they have an 83% penalty kill percentage so far on the season. And, well, that was in full effect tonight, as they've killed off multiple penalties so far tonight. 3 to be exact here so far tonight. 6 penalty minutes for Elmira, none for Danville. Danville 0 for 3 from the power play, obviously, as Elmira leads at 2-0. Danville actually officially, from our referee friends there in the box, has more shots on goal than Elmira, but
weak ones.
Yes, none that were very, very promising. And either way, Elmira making it count where it hurts, a 20% conversion rate. You're not going to complain about that very often, I would say.
Yeah, the first goal tonight was certainly a weak one. Another one of those shots where I think Jesse Gordichuk would be the first one to tell you that he should have had the stop on that. That second one was a nice little redirection that just caught him by surprise. Good play by Elmira, cashed in.
Looks like they have 3 pots to shoot from varying distances.
One way or another, we're here in the second intermission. One of our shootouts. Dash out there, Cam out there looking very touristy.
Panama Jack look. That's the Panama Jack look for Cam tonight.
Yeah, it looks like it. It is beach night or luau night, sponsored by Reggae Wines here tonight. Lots of fun stuff going on around the arena, including wine sampling, all that fun stuff. Reggae Wines does a lot for us here at the station.
There was a bottle of margarita that I gotta try. I might have to check that out between periods here.
Yeah, they do that. They have a lot over there. They're good sponsors with us here. This one now shooting with coconuts for this round of the shootout, so that's a lot of fun. Anyway, we're going to take our break here as well at the end of the first period. Elmira up 2-0. When we come back, we'll have a couple of scores from around the league, a couple very high-scoring games so far tonight, including one that is very tight and another very tight early on in Battle Creek. We'll be back with that in just a little bit here.
Take them back farther. Take them back farther. Why not? Whoever gets
doing my job. Yeah, 3 times. When Levi got hit, I actually cried and had to take my headset off. It was a mess. Welcome back to the David S. Palmer Arena here, downtown Danville, about 2 minutes on the dot away from the start of the second period of Federal Prospects Hockey League action here. Downtown Danville, Saturday night, and a little bit chippy here. The environment in the arena, I would say, is getting a little bit anxious might be the
Feisty.
word, but feisty, yeah, anxious and feisty. If we have to pick 2 words, I'm going with that. Well, before we get started here, let's take a look at some of the other scores from around the FP. Columbus River Dragons on the road, up 7-3 over the Menor Icebreakers. Right now, Carolina up 5-2 on Watertown. And the Hat Tricks and the Delaware Thunder actually tied at 4. Just 4 minutes gone here in the final frame of that one in the third period. That score from Winston-Salem is a final. Carolina wins 6-3 over Watertown, and Columbus final as well, 7-3 over Menor. In the night's other game that's still going on here, it's Port Huron up by a score of 5-1 over the Battle Creek Rumblebees with 19 gone in the second period. So a couple of big scoring games here tonight. We'll see if this one follows that same trend here as we head into the secondary frame of action. No doubt there's going to be action. We'll see if it's fisticuffs or if it's goals, Dennis.
Yeah, the home crowd hasn't had much to cheer about. Shortly after the stunning rendition of the national anthem by Kurt Kaiser, the crowd's been pretty quiet since.
Yeah, it definitely has. I would say it's not been a whole lot of action to get loud about. A couple of scruffs and stuff like that, but nobody really gotten into a fight just yet. Well, I have a feeling that's going to change.
Yeah, I would put my money on second period. We're going to see a fight, and we're going to see it featuring Levi Armstrong. That is my prediction. But I'm hoping we also see my other prediction come true, which is Fred Hine is going to score tonight.
As we head to the start of the second period, Danville just do about anything to get anybody on the score sheet here tonight. Had more shots on goal by 2 shots here so far, but unable to capitalize on anything. Elmira doing all the scoring here so far, and not only that, the same 2 players combining for the goals. How about that? And this one won by Elmira and thrown down to Jesse Gordichuk right off the bat. He lays it off there to Sam Turner, and Danville able to work with it. Coming down the middle here, Turner on it. He gets rid of it over to Fred Hine on the left side. Hine back to Turner. Looking for Hine, instead finds Atkins. Atkins trying to wrap it around here, goes the other way, able to shrug one defender off, gets it out to Browsen. Now to Turner. We'll see how the halftime adjustments here in the first period intermission have come to play for Danville. Now Fred Hine on the left hand. Hine looking to pick a pass up in the air. If it had been a little bit lower, Browsen might have had a chance at that one. Instead, it's brought the other way for Elmira. Mafuz trying to get to it here against Turner. Turner does nicely to get it back and run the other way with it down the left-hand side. Hine still out there. This one in the hands of Mitch Atkins, though. Atkins back to Hine. Hine with a little bit of space as he pulls it back, and Brad Denny gets out on the ice. Back to Atkins here in the corner. Atkins trying to shove it home here.
Yes!
And somebody did almost. Passingham somehow kept a hold of that one.
Wow!
And in there on that one, it was Jesse Nair and Justin Browsen trying to shove it home.
I thought he had it. I like this combination of Atkins, Browsen, and Hine on the line together. We haven't seen much of Browsen with Hine except on power plays. That was a nice little move.
Yeah, it's
generated
been
a lot of offense.
Far.
Yeah,
it's been effective so far tonight with the first couple of minutes here. 18:52 left to go. Danville going to have to get back on side as Seth Ensor couldn't keep that one in. It's back to Brad Denny. Denny to Barakov. Yarwood intercepts and pokes it out to Seth Ensor. Ensor trips up a little bit there. Instead, it comes back out to the right-hand side to Denny. Dimitro Babenko has almost grabbed the puck on a number of occasions already. A shot from Quintos fired wide and high up into the rafters. Comes back down. Obviously, that one went out of play.
That one challenged a light structure up on the roof there. That thing, that's about the highest I've seen a puck hit. here at the David S. Palmer Arena this year.
Anytime you get it up over the highest rafter, you know there had to be a wild deflection on that one. We're going to have a face-off here to the left of Troy Passingham. Looks like Zelak is going to take it for Danville, going up against Kyle Stevens. Stevens ties Zelak up and wins it.
First couple of minutes been played down here in the Elmira end. Good start for Danville, but they haven't had a chance to cash in yet.
Yeah, now looking to come the other way with it is Elmira. An errant pass there. A little bit sloppy here in the early goings of the second period. This one passed through nicely, though. They're going to have to get back on side, and Brad Denny going to be able to grab this one before they can. Denny behind the goal now. Elmira putting pressure forward. And the pressure works. The Dashers turnover there. It comes out to Cameron Yarwood. Yarwood to Essery. Essery out to Stevens. Stevens throws it down. Jesse Gordichuk going to try and get to this one. He does behind his own net. Drops it off here to Ensor. Ensor out to Barakov. Barakov looking to pick a stretch pass. Instead has to dump it down the boards to Zelak. Patrick Zelak with 2 points last night. Carries it down the right-hand side. Puts this one in front of net. A nice defensive effort there from number 22, Tyler Jurich. Known a little bit for his offense, I would say. As this one played by Danville, who are finally getting some sustained possession. Talk about halftime adjustments. Whatever happened seems to be working so far. Now they'll try and get a goal out of it. Barakov on it. He's patted that one away to the left-hand side there of Passingham.
Good energy for the Danville Dashers so far here in the second period.
And a stick is kicked across the ice here, and we're going to be calling this one back, I think, for an icing.
That's exactly what we're going to see here.
And Kyle Stevens not super thrilled. Patrick Zelak kicking his stick down the ice there.
And our first shift of the second period for Levi Armstrong. Let's see if we see any hard hits.
I think he's had his talking to probably. Out to Tesserero, fires a shot, patted away with the right stick. Passingham getting over for that one. Now back to Armstrong behind the net. Armstrong looking to pick a pass here. Ends up with it. It's taken away, though, and comes back to Elmira. Playing it off there was Kyle Stevens. Out to Essery. Essery coming down the left-hand side here. Acquired through trade earlier this season. Troy Murray on it now. Murray behind the net, looking to pick a pass to Gullo. Instead misses out.
Look out.
Stevens with it. Stevens passes it back and gets it back here. It's off the boards, a little bit errant there, and comes all the way out to Gino Mini. Now back behind to Hawgood. Hawgood pokes it through. Levi Armstrong going to be the first one to it. We'll see what he does. He tries to play it back there. It comes all the way back. Instead, out to the point for Elmira. A shot is blocked up by Nick Gullo. Gullo using his size there. Levi Armstrong going to have to pull this one back and get back on side. Almost does so. Instead, it's taken away by Zach Pease. Pease brings it down the side here. Danville able to recover once again, bringing it back to the defense. Atkins awaiting there. This one fired on a long, hard shot there from Mort Murray. Is off the blocker of Passingham. Back to Hawgood. Hawgood out to Fred Hine, who's just unable to get it back, a stick on it. And it's played through Elmira coming down the right-hand side of the goal here. A pass across open net. What a save. Jesse Gordichuk to the rescue again and passes a stretch out here to Fred Hine coming down the left-hand side. Hine with a little space, tries to flick one on. It's wide and outside. Seth Ensor on it now. That one patted away by Passingham into the boards. On it, JT Walters passes it out here to Brendan Hussey. Hussey down the right-hand side. Hussey dumps it off. A shot is blocked up there nicely by Turner. Hit delivered there by Atkins. A little gentle one just to get him off the puck. That one was played through to Fred Hine, who seemed to be watching everything but the puck on that one. Elmira able to regroup here behind the net. Hine applying pressure. Come the other way here, it's Hudson Michaelis. He does a fake pass, drops it back nicely. Michaelis ends up with it, a shot blocked by Gordichuk. Great reaction save there from Jesse. Ensor on it now behind the net. He's able to hold on to this one. Pressuring him on that one was Hudson Michaelis. And it's played down the right-hand side here through Zelak. Back behind the net of Troy Passingham. This one comes all the way out to Brandon Tucker, who tries to get a stick on it. Instead, Danville open in front here to the right-hand side. Pass into the space. A shot is blocked up twice and shot high on the third attempt. Ensor on it now. And Barakov trying to do his best to get it back. Some nice hand-eye there by Brad Denny. Denny to Quintos. Quintos with his handy stick move there to keep possession and dump it down to Passingham. Passingham, a little miscommunication with his defense there. This one coming out to Brad Denny. Blockered up there, though, by Brandon Tucker, and all the way back to the Danville defense it goes. This one dumped down, going to come all the way to Passingham. He's got the assistance from Glenn Patterson, though, who takes it out instead. Played up to the far right-hand side to Ahmed Mahfouz. Mahfouz on the right, pass across open net. A nice defensive effort there, and Jesse Gordachuk slides over and gloves it down. I think AJ Tesserero got a stick in there on that shot to just disrupt it enough. Otherwise, it was looking like a third goal for Elmira after some promising play from Danville.
Good side-to-side action there by Elmira, and Gordachuk was down and out. Just a victim of his own circumstance there, but able to get enough of his glove on the puck to make the stop.
Elmira wins this face-off. It's out to Dion. Dion trying to play it behind to Essery. The speedster gets behind the grab and grabs it. Back out to Dion. Danville applying some nice pressure on the boards. Armstrong pushes him off of it and gets it back through an errant pass. Coming the other way with it is Danville trying to get a hold on it. Levi Armstrong gets a stick to it. He throws it down the ice. Going to be a race here between Justin Browsen, but passing him there, obviously on the other side, and gloves it down. A nice play there by Danville to win a face-off in the offensive zone.
That puck looked like it was going to be going wide for icing. Then all of a sudden it took a left turn and right on goal.
Face-off here to the left of Passingham.
So far, Danville winning the battles here, but still have not cashed in.
Hoggood fired it on. Browsen trying to redirect it there. He's able to carry it, but only for a moment around the boards as it's picked up by Gino Mini. Mini on it now. He flicks this one down. It comes as far as Hoggood, who plays it with a foot. A big hit there. Looking for a foul was Elmira. Nothing committed, though, as Browsen comes the other way with it. Browsen played hard into the boards there. Defensive effort.
Now we're going to have a penalty.
And now a penalty on Justin Browsen on that stick check.
Yep, stick got caught under the skates of the Elmira player, and as he pulled it out, it was like, whoop, there you go.
Looks like we're going to go to the Serve Pro penalty kill here for the first time tonight. Danville already had 3 attempts on the Jenna-Worth power play. Now going to have to go on the other way and kill off a penalty for Elmira. One of the few times that we've seen Elmira's power play unit out so far this weekend, but in all fairness, they haven't really needed it so far.
No, they've played just really solid this weekend.
Won by Elmira, but turned over quickly here. A little bit of a shot there, but nothing on Dale Dion there as they're on the penalty kill. A little bit of payback there behind, no call. Referee right on top of it. This one's slung down into the defensive zone.
It's a good solid hit.
Elmira able to recollect here, carrying it up is Cameron Yarwood. Yarwood dumps it in, and Elmira able to set up shop only momentarily. Danville, Nick Gullo with a tenacious stick effort there. You can always count on him for a good hustle play. As he's right back at it, taking on a bigger guy there into the boards. Nick Gullo doing work on this penalty kill. You got to think he's a little frustrated as he's looking for an outlet pass. That one played with a high stick. Instead comes all the way down to Passingham. Nick Gullo applying the pressure.
Nick Gullo plays like he's 6 foot 220.
He does. He plays like a big guy. He's a linebacker in the body of a running back.
He is quick, too.
Now coming down right-hand side. Oh, an awesome pass there.
Play.
A great interception from Danville as that was Seth Ensor on that one. Atkins coming down the right-hand side. Atkins over. Would have had an opportunity there with Barakov, but unable to sell it was Artem. He's still got it, though, in the Elmira zone, and he brings it back into the middle area here and back into his own defensive zone. Able to kill all of that penalty was Danville. 30 seconds left on it. Now come the other way with it, Jurich. Jurich across to Mahfouz. Mahfouz a shot, that scored.
No.
He hit the 5-hole on Jesse Gordachuk on that one.
Yeah, just threw that puck towards the net, hoping for a rebound. Instead, he found the 5-hole and just leaked right in on Jesse Gordachuk, who's not having his best night here tonight against Elmira.
And we wonder if he'll stay in the game. 3 goals in the early goings here. 11:57 still left in the second period as Danville lets up a power play goal.
Danville, even shorthanded, was having the best of this second period so far as being the aggressor, but could not keep Elmira off the board here. Now they're down by 3.
They look threatening, and the 2-goal lead has proven over time to be one of the more dangerous leads in hockey, but a 3-goal lead, that's tough to overturn, let me tell you. You need some Mighty Ducks stuff.
Usually in a 2-0 game, that team that scores the next goal ends up winning so
another
often.
rocket of a shot there. Gordichuk lets in another one. And that one was on the defense. That one, Gordichuk had nothing to do. That rebound came out off his chest. Unable to do anything with it was Danville.
Yeah, there was no chance, and I think we're going to see a change in the net.
Looks like at 4 goals, usually the string is pulled, and Harley White will be out here.
Like you said, Nate, that one was on the defense. But Gordichuk was frustrated with himself again and quickly heading on over to the net. I noticed after the 3rd goal, he had looked towards the bench, and Coach Ray Tremblay had signaled for him, nope, you're staying out. But this time, quickly getting the hook, Harley warming up and getting ready to go.
And that's a case of you never want to pull one of your guys, especially your goaltender who's been so solid for you all year. But Ahmed Mahfouz getting his 3rd point of the night on that last goal when he scored on a shot there from Tyler Jurich. And just a tough day at the office for Jesse Gordichuk, and he's hanging his head a little bit lower tonight.
Gordichuk has been one of the best goalies in the Federal Prospects Hockey League all year long, without a doubt. And we've seen him give up so few goals on a first chance, but tonight we've seen 3 of the 4 goals on first chance opportunities. Just a rough night for a great goaltender.
And that was Brendan Hussey scoring that last one on a feed from Gino Mini.
Hey, here we go.
We're going to have a fight.
We knew this was coming.
Gino Mini, Levi Armstrong right at center ice. Levi gets a left hand in, Mini gets a left. Levi goes down, loses a skate, and Mini lands 3 punches. They are separated before that one even really had the chance to get going. Mini, I guess if we had to pick a winner from that, won that one.
Yeah, Danville's not winning anything tonight. They're down 4-0 on the scoreboard, and now 1-0 on the fights.
And that one was over before it started, really.
Before it even started, Nate, there were stick pounds going from the bench of Elmira. Everybody was on their feet. They knew it was coming.
Yeah, I think everybody saw that one coming eventually. It was Gino Mini getting the better advantage there, as Levi Armstrong gives him a tap on the glass, trying to get his attention. I'm sure he wants another one. Levi probably feels a little bit let down by himself there.
Yeah, he lost an edge and went down. It wasn't so much that he got a strong hit against him that sent him to the ice. He just lost the skate. But on his way down, Elmira got a couple of good shots in. So that fight goes to Elmira too. So they're up 4-0 on the scoreboard and 1-0 on the fight board.
That's the #1 rule of Fight Club, Dennis. Coming the other way with it now is Elmira looking to get that 5th goal on the board. They're not going to stop. Danville going to have to step up and do something about it here. As we hear the 5 for fighting's announced, an open opportunity almost there for Danville. They're popping this one out of the net just before it was blown dead there.
Still very aggressive on the offensive end, but they just have not been able to cash in all night.
The opportunities haven't really been there in the finishing range of things. They've been there for the passing and the presentation of the puck, but now come the other way with it. It's Elmira threatening again. A pass thrown there across the open ice. That one in. Harley White lets up another one.
Oh boy, it's getting ugly now.
As it's 5-0 Elmira.
It's a good job by the Danville defense to come over and make a sliding block on the first attempt. But Harley bit on that first attempt. He was down and out, and he was easy pickings for Elmira there, and we're down 5-0 now.
Five to 0 here, 10:46 left to go in the second period. We did say it tends to be a high-scoring game in the second game of the weekend, but maybe not the idea that we had in mind. A shutout so far for Elmira.
Well, we've seen Danville score them in bunches in the past, so
that's exactly what they're going to need to do if they want to have any chance of getting into this one by the time the third period rolls around here. A shot from the point there is knocked away by Passingham. Barakov holds a man off there, trying to look for a pass. Can't find anything, hits the deck, and now Elmira come the other way with it. Playing through Michaelis. Comes all the way back to Brad Denny. Denny drops this one off here. as trying to find a stretch pass there to Zelok, unable to do so. Brett Menton couldn't get a stick on it. Now Mafuz throws it down into the defensive area for Danville. Behind the board goes Brad Denny. Danville almost able to run with this one. It's going to be Quintos trying to get a stick on it. He does not. And thrown as far as Mark Essery. Now back all the way here to Cameron Yarwood. Yarwood passes it over to JT Walters. And this one thrown up to Mafuz. Mafuz on the left tries to find a pass there. A dangerous floating puck there is picked up by Harley White nicely. Justin Browsen come the other way with it. Oh, almost finds a nice pass there through the legs of Brad Denny. That one shot back by Denny. And now the reverse number 4 come the other way with it. It's Essery down the left-hand side. Essery pulls it back and looks for a pass. Finds one to Dion. And Harley White with a nice save there, using the left-handed glove to come over and grab it. And we'll have a face-off here next to White.
Well, that 5th goal took the oxygen right out of this arena. Man, we need something. We need a little more cowbell. We need something to get things livened up here at the David S. Palmer Arena. Still early, folks.
We're going to get our second period media timeout here. And my, what a second period it's been already. 5-0. Elmira now thoroughly in control of this one. If Danville can work their way back into it, man, it would be a very tall task to ask of them here on Luau night. But sometimes things just don't go your way. Danville, plenty of puck possessions, still technically leading the game in shot totals, as we've got 19 shots for Danville and 17 for Elmira. Elmira scoring 5 goals on 17 shots. Talk about a successful conversion rate, Dennis. That is impressive, to say the least.
That's what we call an efficient offense.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Well, we just saw our delivery sponsored by Domino's here. We'll have our Chuck-a-Puck, I think, coming up in between the second and third period. For now, though, we're back to the hockey here to the right of Danville's replacement goaltender here, Harley White. To the right of White. I don't think Elmer Fudd could have pronounced that very well. In there to take it for Danville is Patrick Zelok. On the other side, Stevens.
Don't look at me in that tone of voice. You were expecting a wise guy comment back. I was speechless.
Well, we thought we were going to get Levi Armstrong and Gino Mini out of the penalty box here, but no, not yet, waves off the official.
I wouldn't be surprised with Danville down 5-0 if we don't see a repeat performance, sort of like Levi 2.
Justin Browsen bringing it down the left-hand side here. He's got Tesserero. Browsen throws it on himself. Tesserero has it behind the net. Tesserero tries to find somebody. Nobody there as Fred Hine just a few short feet away from that one, all the way back to Harley White.
And nobody coming to get it for Danville.
White over to Murray. Murray trying to make something happen here. If your offense can't, the defense has got to step up even more. And that one actually thrown all the way down, and we're going to bring it right back.
Boy, Danville looked really out of sorts on that possession. Puck in your goaltender's hands, and none of the defenders were coming to help. There are actually 3 Elmira players in the center of the ice and no Danville Dashers defensemen to help. Harley having to make the play all on himself to clear that puck out.
And tough sledding. It's Ahmed Mafuz with 2 points, Brandon Tucker and Brendan Hussey also with 2 points. And we've got 8:43 left to go here in the second period. Going to see a change of scenery over to the other side of the ice for this face-off.
Not sure what that was all about.
Tesserero and Stevens taking it. Not really won by anybody, but it ends up in the hands of the Danville Dashers. Fred Hine throws an outlet just behind Justin Browsen, and it comes all the way back here to JT Walters, who throws it down into the other side of the ice. Picked up by Hawgood, who throws it out to Hine. Hine to Browsen. It's tripped up there. It's Murray with it. Murray with a nice move to get a little bit of space. He dumps it back to Atkins, who can't get a stick on it. Some nice play there by Troy Murray, though. They're looking for any kind of a spark, even if it's your defenseman, as Justin Browsen throws this one forward. That comes all the way to Dale Dion. Dion looking for a stretch pass here. Harley White's going to get to it first.
Oh, way out of his net.
And we've seen him bid on that a couple of times so far this season, but not there as he gets the timing right on that one. Jurich was trying to find that one. Now it's going to come the other way through Mitch Atkins. Atkins tries to pass it there to Jesse Nair, but unable to get it past the big body there of number 57, Cameron Yarwood. As this one pulled back by Nick Gullo out there. A shot from the point, trying to redirect it was Gullo. Almost bounced back in front of the ice to Jesse Nair. Instead, comes back to Gullo. Danville able to set up a little bit of offensive possession here. A shot from the point off the pad there of Yarwood.
Answer was right there for the play, but just eluded his stick.
Nick Gullo thrown into the boards, tripped up. Nothing called here on either player.
Two players.
There could have been a penalty on both players there, actually, funny enough. But instead, we're going to wave them both off and call it even.
And they were laying on top of each other and had to be pulled apart by the official.
Danville ends up with it after a while. That one thrown up behind the goal there, and we're going to see how this one wraps up. A couple of big hits starting to come around. And
the frustration, I think, on Danville's side starting to show with some of these hits.
Dimitro Babenko tries to pull that one down. Instead, it comes around to Sam Turner. Turner tosses it out here. A little bit of space here for the Danville offense. That one fired on by Quintos. Somebody looking for a rebound there. Unable to get anything on it was Danville. Much a trend, par for the course. Oh, finally in!
Finally cashed in!
And it's Artem Efimov Barakov who finally finds the back of the net for Danville.
Woo! Artie breaks the seal on the Elmira net and cashes in. That was about on the 5th try. Unbelievable scrappy play by the Danville Dashers, and finally Artie comes up with the first goal of the night for the home team. That got a little life into this crowd.
Finally able to beat Troy Passingham in front of that Elmira net. The crowd back into it. We'll see if Danville can try and ride that momentum. Had a couple minutes there where it looked like they were destined to score, but Elmira done well so far to keep them off, and now they come the other way with it. This one passed all the way back to White, who throws it out over the Elmira bench. And it's going to come right back to the right of Harley White as we see the fighters come out of the box. Gino Mini back in the rotation here, and Levi Armstrong.
And getting two officials, making sure they get escorted to their respective benches.
That's probably a good idea.
I think that's what you call good proactive officiating.
6:22 left to go here in the second period. 5-1 Elmira as Danville finally able to pull one back.
As an official, I'd rather do that than have to break up a fight with Levi involved.
I don't think I'd ever want to break up a fight between even the two most timid hockey players on the ice. Doesn't sound like my style. This one comes back behind the Elmira net. It's going to be played by Gino Mini, who's freshly out on the ice after a nice long rest. He's got some fresh legs, I'm sure. Didn't take too worse for wear in that fight as Zach Pease brings it down the right-hand side here. He's pushed into the boards by Brett Menton. Trying to pass it out there. Is Danville able to get it back? That one off the glass and out. And this one going to come back.
Caught the stick of an Elmira player as he was trying to send it around the old roulette wheel and out of the zone. But instead, an active stick by Elmira. And we'll get a face-off on the far side to the left of Harley White.
Won by Elmira and played out here to Mini. A sloppy turnover there, few and far between. Coming the other way with it is Jesse Nair. He lays it off for Gullo. Not quite on the same page there. It comes out to Mitch Atkins. Gullo with it now. Gullo to Nair. Nair trying to get it back here and almost does in the corner. It comes all the way out here instead to Brandon Tucker for Elmira. Now coming the other way with it, Tucker and Mafuz have combined several times so far tonight. As Harley White played that one dangerously. You're not going to sneak a whole lot past the longtime FPHL vet Mafuz. Gullo on it now, firing a shot that bounces off of Passingham. That came off the chest protector there, and it was out as Elmira plays it the other way. Coming the other way with it is Hudson Michaelis. He's got an opportunity here, wraps around, passes it in front. White had the side covered, but an errant pass there saves the boat. Atkins coming down the right-hand side here. Atkins throws it back to Nair. Nair taken off the puck there by Gino Mini. Played out here by Elmira. Looks like it's going to come all the way back for Seth Ensor as Mark Essery comes back out onto the ice. An outlet pass here to Atkins. Atkins keeps it onside, throws one through here to Quintos. Oh, he almost finds Barakov for a second of the night. Instead, it comes out to Turner. A broken stick out there on the ice, and we'll get a fresh one here. It's Barakov. A shot goes just wide right of Passingham. Danville looking to get some threatening action here. From the point, blocked up there by Mafuz. Quintos comes up with it. He's able to keep it in using a spin move. Talk about agility there on the skates. He's fighting for it back and steals it from Gino Mini. Actually, that was Dale Dion on that one. Excuse me. This one going to come back. Icing waved off. Coming back here all the way down the ice. Is Danville able to bring it back and switch the side? Come the other way with it is Ensor. Ensor fires a shot up and out over the netting. We're redirected to the right there of Troy Passingham with 4:03 left in the second period.
Seeing some good aggressive play by the Danville Dashers offense. Starting to take over a little bit of the momentum, but down 4, they need to pull back at least one more before intermission.
Face off here to the right, and this one blown dead before it started. We'll see what this one's about. Nobody sent off of the face-off yet, and now we have a sent-off of the face-off, as it's Kyle Stevens getting pulled by the hook. Won by Elmira regardless after the change, and they bring it around the other way. It ends up here in the arms of Mark Essery. Now Fred Hine on it. Hine unable to claim that one, and now coming the other way with it. Elmira's got a 2-on-1 over to the side here. Jurich, he fires one in. What a save, Harley White. He's got to get back over, though. A hard shot from the point doesn't quite get as far. It goes up high of Harley White. Danville's got to get this one out. A high shot there. That came off the stick of number 22, Tyler Jurich, up into the netting.
Big time turnover by the Danville Dashers again. Gave up a 2-on-1 break. They recovered to make the stops, but boy, oh boy, Elmira just pouring it on with opportunities. Harley White up to the task.
3:39 left to go here in the second period. Face-off won by Elmira. It comes to Jurich. He's taken off the puck, and that one kind of stick down. Comes as far as Kyle Stevens, who tries to find a pass. Nobody there, though, at the point. Essery dumps it down. No shift changes here for either side. Instead, a stretch pass here from Danville. This one dumped into Atkins, the former enforcer. He fires a shot. It's leaked out. Oh. And Passingham let that one leak out, but a heads-up play there by Glenn Patterson. And Cameron Yarwood sees that one out.
Boy, that puck was just laying there waiting for someone to tuck it home.
As that was Atkins firing the initial shot, as he's been threatening so far tonight. Do you think he'd like to get a point against his former team?
Absolutely.
I think so.
Maybe 3.
Yeah, maybe. Atkins dumps it out here nicely. He's got it on the left-hand side out to Gullo. Gullo back to Turner. Turner, a shot from the point, almost redirected. A save there from Troy Passingham. As Elmira looking to play this one, instead it comes to Gullo. Gullo brings it across the blue line. A spin move, sees him get a little space there. He's taken off, though, by Dimitro Babenko. One of the best names in the FPHL.
He had a good opportunity, but had to wait for the rest of his team to get back on side.
Brendan Hussey's stripped of the puck here, and it comes to Barakov in the offensive zone for Danville. He's taken off of it just as soon, though, by Dale Dion. Dion put in a solid shift so far tonight as Babenko's stripped here. Danville looking to go the other way with it. They're going to run through the space here on the right-hand side. Barakov, the goal scorer, brings it back.
Yes!
Almost in, and that one didn't get in.
Oh,
the goal light's not on. It looks like Passingham got his foot on it.
How did they not get that puck in?
The goal light never came on, and it looks like saving it was J.T. Walters, who played it from inside the goal to keep that one out, and Seth Ensor thinks it went in.
Unbelievable. Boy, that was close.
2:12 left here, and that one had to be as close as possible.
Whew.
And man, what a save. We've seen a couple of those like that so far this season. I think that's the second one we've seen that had to be sitting on the line to be buried home, but instead a face-off here to the left of Troy Passingham.
I thought that one was home, man. That was close.
Jesse Nair plays this one along the boards here. And pressed into the boards as there's a scrum for it. That one fired on wide by Seth Ensor and redirected up by Troy Passingham. 2 minutes flat left to go here in the second period, 5-1 Elmira.
We do have good eagle eyes for the guys minding that old red light at both ends of the arena here.
Yeah, no doubt. I can't even imagine trying to see it from back there, actually, honestly, when you think about it. And just seeing that thin blue line. You know, we don't have the goal technology.
Nah, I'd need a seeing eye dog back there helping me out.
put a camera right in the top of the net, but then again, somebody would bust it. Played back here by the Danville defense, and this one funneled out to Atkins with 1:35 left to go here in the period. Trying to connect with Jesse Nayer. This one going to leak back behind Passingham. Nayer fighting for it here along with the Elmira defenseman. On that one was Dale Dion. Now Elmira able to come the other way with it through Brandon Tucker. Tucker drops it off here, and Harley White going to have to get back onto the other side. He does. He closed that hole off. If they can get it going, Danville could have an opportunity here down the right side. Quintos holds, fires it back across. Nobody there, though. Zelok going to be the next one on it, but Mafuz takes him off of it before he grabs it again off the boards.
Puck was just laying there in the slot, but there was nobody home.
Nobody really pressing there for Danville. 57 seconds left to go in the period. They're looking to get one back here heading into the third. This one comes all the way back. Icing waved off as Passingham does nicely to elevate that one, get it out. Zelok on it now. A shot from Zelok is taken off. He gets hit on the hand there a little bit. That's a stinger. Zelok, another shot swallowed up by Passingham. Coughed it up initially, but grabs it with the glove.
Man, Zilly working hard, and as he's coming to the bench here, he's kind of shaking that hand off. Now he'll stay back out. Nope, now he's heading back to the bench.
And Troy Passingham, man, if he got a leg pad on that one to freeze it, what a play there. We've seen several good saves tonight. Harley White seems to have finally found a groove here as well. Shot from the left side off the face-off. That one came off the stick of Justin Browsen. He was tied up there a little bit, as this one fought for along the boards with 27 seconds left to go. Played back by Brett Menton. Menton's pass is picked off, but Armstrong uses the body to get it back. He's got a man to the left. Armstrong fires high.
Just missed the corner of that net.
Had a man streaking on the left side, but Elmira closing the passing lane. Just missed bearing home did Levi Armstrong. Fought for along the boards here with just 6 seconds left to go. It finally comes out. This one out to the point to Brett Menton. Menton fires one behind the legs here, and time's going to run out on this one as JT Walters sees it out. And 5-1 going to be the score here heading into the second intermission, and the third frame to come shortly afterwards. Needless to say, not exactly where you'd like to be if you're Danville on this side of things.
And not exactly where we thought they would be tonight, and not exactly where they deserve to be based on that second period. They were really throwing a lot of shots at the net, not all of them on target, but they were the aggressors as far as the offensive end of things. If there was such a thing, Nate, as an advanced analytic that looked at time of possession in the offensive zone, they won it. But they did not win the battle on the scoreboard. And they're also down 1-0 on fights for the night. It's not been a good night for the Danville Dashers.
No, I think the most easy metric to take a look at that is probably in the fact that they have 26 shots, 7 more than Elmira does, but Elmira still with 4 more goals than the Dashers have. The opportunities just haven't been there, and when they've been there, they haven't been converted.
Not all of those shots have been great opportunities. They've been kind of long shots, just hoping to throw the puck towards the net and hope for a rebound. But some of those shots in the second period were really excellent chances, including that one that we thought, or at least I thought, was in the back of the net. But somehow, some way, Elmira managing to keep that puck out and keep it at a 4-goal lead heading in here to the second intermission.
As we see the Chuckapucks come raining down here, we'll see if we can get a winner tonight. You land on there and get a special prize.
Oh,
we've had a couple close. I think we've had one winner so far this season. Either way.
Oh, there's a roller. There's a roller. Oh, just
by the time we get a winner tonight in the hockey game, it's more likely than not heading into this third period. The way things sit, going to be Elmira up by a score of 5-1. We'll take a look at the team stats for Elmira tonight. Just burying just seemingly every chance that they get. Ahmed Mahfouz with 2 points, a goal and an assist. Brandon Tucker with 2 goals. Brendan Hussey with 2 goals. Gino Minnie with 1 assist. Andrew Harrison, the former Dasher, chipping in with 1 assist as well. Also having an assist, there is a number of players, let me tell you. Cameron Yarwood, Hudson Michaelis, Tyler Urich, Dimitro Babenko also in the point total on the night, although you got to think Brandon Tucker, Brendan Hussey with the 2 goals so far tonight on their way to a star if things continue how they have been. Harley White done a good job at coming in relief of Jesse Gordachuk for Danville and kind of shoring up the gates, I would say. I don't know if there were gates before he came out, as Jesse Gordichuk, just a rough night at the office for him.
Yeah, and I'm going to, at this point, as a union representative for the Amalgamated Goaltenders Association of America, I'm going to say that Passingham, with the effort that he's had so far, if he keeps it up in the third, he deserves to be one of the 3 stars tonight. We seem to see a lot of discrimination against goaltenders in this league when it comes to stars, but he's been superb in the net tonight.
I am never not happy to see a goaltender get a star. I am never not happy. I'm always thrilled.
I root for it all the time, man. Those guys have the toughest job on the team. You know, I wouldn't want to stand there with just some equipment and a face mask and have people firing a hard piece of rubber at me all night long.
I mean, imagine when you had no face mask on.
Yeah, back in the good old days.
As Chuck a Puck now done, winner selected, and we're going to head to a little bit of a break here, about 15 minutes till the start of the third period. And right now, Elmira up by a score of 5-1. The lone goal here for Danville coming off the stick of Artem Efimov Barakov. In another note, Dennis, before we go, it's good to see him get on the score sheet. He's been held scoreless and off the score sheet for a little while now, at least in the last 2 homestands. So good to see him grab a goal tonight as he increases his tally on the season up to 6. He's got 18 points in 32 games played. His last goal came on December 21st of last year against Port Huron. He's been on the score sheet. He was on there February 1st with an assist, January 24th with an assist, but nonetheless, Barakov has the last goal here.
Long goal drought there for Artie, and he's had a lot of good efforts, a lot of good shots on the net, but just been a long time since he's seen that red light come on.
And worth mentioning again, Justin Browsen trying to get his 200th career goal tonight. Many of those. Can't say enough many for this one with the Danville Dashers. Has only played with one other team in his FPHL career. Well, as the Zamboni makes its rounds and we prepare the ice for a final frame here, we can only assume. We'll be back in just a little bit to take a look at some more of the final scores. We've got a couple that have gone final tonight in some high-scoring affairs, but not necessarily some close affairs. We'll be back in just a little bit. Welcome back to the David S. Palmer Arena. Back here for the final frame of the third period. Danville down 5-1.
How was that rosé? That was pretty good, wasn't it?
I think at this point it would almost be excusable. Not a whole lot going on here.
Why is there a 3-drink minimum between periods for the announcers? That's what I want to know.
We always ask, what is the difference between the minimum for the on-ice officials, the players, the coaches, and the announcers?
We need a better union. That's all I got to say.
We do. I think we should team up with them and get a union here. We're not a beer league, hockey league, though, so it's not.
But it's reggae wine night.
Right.
We've got to support the sponsor. Hey, that's what happens when we're down 5-1, guys. It hasn't happened all season for us to be down 5-1 after 2. We get a little slap-happy around here, but we're expecting a strong third period by our Danville Dashers.
We're going to see the face-off here at the center circle as we get done with the trio. That'll form the trio, anyway, of the third period here. Taking the face-off in the center circle, Hudson Michaelis and Mitch Atkins. And dropping it here, a little bit of a stick tie. It's won by Elmira and pushed back to Dale Dion. He throws it back over to JT Walters. And pushed into the boards there was Mark Essery.
I thought we were going to see our first fight of the third period.
I thought we might see a boarding call there, but no. And that one fired hard onto the right side there of Troy Passingham. As looks like from the jump, emotions kind of getting the better of some people here. Is that a hard hit? A little bit of a swipe there at the puck?
Oh, man.
And that was in the first 16 seconds.
I absolutely love it. So one of the larger players on the Dashers is escorted away from the goaltender, and who comes in to help him out but the smallest Dasher on the team, Nick Gello. I love it. Love that kid.
Face-off won by Elmira, played nicely off the boards there, and it comes all the way back to Logan Hoggett, who's there waiting.
That was a good bank shot. I'll never play pool against him.
And that was a nice pass there as well from Hoggett, looking for Mitch Atkins. We're just not going to talk about that one. As Mitch Atkins ends up on this one, Jesse Nair actually redirects a shot in there. It comes all the way up to Essery. Essery hit hard into the boards there by Nair. That one comes all the way down the other end of the ice, and it'll come back for an icing.
He was kind of watching to see if Essery was going to go after him there. There's a lot of jawing going on.
One of the officials trying to get out of the way lost the skate of his blade there, or the blade of his skate there. English fails me sometimes. Good to see him up and okay after that one.
You do pretty good for it being your third language.
Yeah, fair point. Patrick Zelak on that one now. He turns it over there, and that one comes as far as Hudson Michaelis and played backwards into the Elmira defense with Dale Dion. Dion with a stretch there to Essery. Essery put into the boards here.
Essery getting the business along the board.
Tyler Quintos delivering it. Now Seth Ensor with it. An Ensor pass is tipped up, but it does come down into the Elmira defensive zone. Barakov on the hunt for his second goal of the night, perhaps, trying to win it back. He does so, and that one came out to Browsen momentarily, on to passing him off the blocker and behind. Danville getting an opportunity there.
Good
now coming the other way with it.
Very good opportunity.
Trying to find Jurich there. That one came off the stick of Zach Pease. Jurich dumps this one behind. Turner going to be the first one to it. He's got Barakov there for an outlet. Alexa taking himself up the blue line and past the red, past the second blue, still on it. Turner keeps that one in the blue line, but it's turned over to Jurich. Jurich coming the other way with it. He outlets to Zach Pease. Zach Pease with a move to get past one, pulls it back and looks for the outlet pass. That one came across the blue line.
Yeah.
And they're going to say it was played a little bit too close there for comfort and called for an offside.
Both teams a little sloppy coming out of the third period. Maybe they got into the reggae wine.
Face off here to the far right of Harley White. This one out to Tesserero.
Levi Armstrong on the ice for the first time here in the third period.
Fred Hine gets a little bit tied up there, and momentum is cut off for Danville going the other way. Number 57 there for Elmira. Cameron Yarwood throwing it down here to Dimitro Babenko. Babenko a long shot and a rebound shot.
Coach Ray Tremblay playing mix and match here on the lines, trying to get something going for the Danville Dashers offense.
And if you don't experiment, you never change a bad giveaway there. Brad Denny unable to get it, and Elmira in with an opportunity. Harley White does just enough to cover up. Looks like it came off the moorings here. We'll get that fixed, and we'll have a face-off. That's what it looked like, at least.
Yeah, we're not getting there. Comes the official.
There it is.
At
first, I didn't know what it was, but I figured that had to be it.
It's a lineman duty. It's, you know, those head referees. They don't have to deal with the net. That's a lineman duty. It's all about the breaking down of, you know, job responsibilities here on the ice.
Michaelis and Mitch Atkins in the face-off circle. Michaelis wins it, but it did end up with Mitch Atkins for a second. Now Elmira with an opportunity to the right of Harley White. Dragging it behind here is Hudson Michaelis. Michaelis fighting for it back there. Also Mark Essery. Mitch Atkins back there. This one off the boards by Elmira. Pushed back along. Justin Browsen going to try and get to it first. He pushes it, but it comes right out. And now Danville come the other way with it. Jesse Nair, he's got Nick Gullo and Justin Browsen there with him. Now Gullo on the puck. That one flipped up high. Browsen tries to throw that one in. A little bit too excited there. Looked to be Mitch Atkins. Now Browsen along the boards. He dumps this one for Jesse Nair. Nair able to keep it, but only momentarily. Danville trying to fight to win this one back, and Gino Mini doing all he can to win it for Elmira.
Nobody in front of the net for Danville there.
Played by Mini. Gullo does just enough to puster him enough to win it back. Coming back to Justin Browsen, over to Murray. Murray looks to carry it. He dumps it along, going to try and find Barakov around the boards. Instead finds Passingham, who throws it back where it came from. Gets it out to Gino Mini. Now comes back to Quintos. Quintos to Turner. Turner tries to stretch pass to Barakov. A nice layoff to Zilak. The shot, a rebound is out. Dealt with nicely by Elmira, though. It comes back to Danville. Danville looking to set up something here with Turner. Turner with a pass over to Seth Ensor. Ensor a hard shot. Goal! Seth Ensor with a slapper.
Buried it! Absolutely buried a slap shot from the point. Passingham didn't see it until it was bouncing back out between his legs. And the Dashers now within 3.
Danville down now, just 3 goals, 16:08 left to go here in the third period. And we might have a game on our hands. We'll see how the momentum switches after this one. Seth Ensor has buried a multitude of slap shots so far this season. He adds another one to his tally there.
There was some traffic in front of the net, but Passingham should have been able to see that one, but he couldn't because it was at lightning speed.
Ensor's 16th point of the season as Tyler Urich tries to pull one back. That one out in front, Harley White blockers it away. A nice hit there by Mitch Atkins, sees Danville win the puck back coming down the right-hand side. Justin Browsen. Browsen on it down the right, gets past one, finds some space. A stick check gets the puck away, and another stick check wins it back for Danville. Out here to Ensor, firing another one. He's looking for his second. This one comes back to Tyler Jurich. Jurich lays it off here. Carried into the zone by Elmira. A shot on Harley White here, sticked up and out of play to the right of Harley White.
Good job by the Dashers defense to get active with the sticks, because that pass was going to be trouble for Harley White, and getting an extra stick in the way was the difference between this being back to a 4-goal lead.
Face-off here to the right of Harley White. And one by Elmira, played down into the offensive zone here for them. Brett Menton looking to pester here. This one almost won back by Tyler Quintos, instead dumped down behind to Andrew Harrison. Harrison on it now. He fires one that gets lost in a tangle of bodies, and now Danville tries to work the other way with it through Barakov. Over to Zelak. Zelak past one's got a little bit of space, trying to wrap it around here, loses the puck on his way in. Forced off of it, it comes around to Quintos. Brett Menton on it now. Menton fires a slap shot wide right there of the goal of Passingham. Now Elmira comes the other way with it, working through Brendan Hussey. And a defensive effort there from Barakov, sees that one tipped up and out of play. And we'll have a face-off here. Gets a new puck, bringing it back.
Elmira forward was getting hit and spun around like a top there. Every time he'd start slowing down the revolutions, he'd get hit by another Danville Dashers player. Danville very aggressive here to start the third.
That one thrown onto Harley White. He grabs it with that left-handed glove. No harm, no foul. no problem. Looks like Hudson Michaelis. And on the other side is going to be A.J. Tesserero in the center circle. Tesserero wins it. It comes back to Justin Browsen. Browsen coming down the left-hand side now, got a little bit of space, throws it off the leg there. Barakov and Tesserero able to get on it. Tesserero here in the corner. He tries to pick a pass. It's sticked away, though, by Mark Essery. Murray unable to keep that one in the zone. He's got Armstrong and Turner back there with him. Armstrong tries to find Browsen, a little bit too high off the ground there for Justin to grab.
Some fresh bodies coming out for the Dashers.
Elmira coming the other way with it. It's back to Logan Hoggood. Logan Hoggood throws one sky high. Would have came back to Passingham. Instead, it's picked off there by Gino Mini. That one nutmegs Logan Hoggood there and comes all the way back to White, who sends it around the glass trying to find Nick Gullo. Gullo plays it with a foot and then a stick, brings it back around the net. He finds Levi Armstrong. Armstrong looking to telegraph a pass here. Instead, brings it down the right-hand side. A long slap shot, patted away with the blocker by Troy Passingham. Now behind the net, Mark Essery trying to dump this one off. He does. It gets as far there as number 27, Hudson Michaelis. Michaelis carries it in from the left-hand side. A stick check there by Seth Ensor gets it away, and Danville comes down the right-hand side. Mitch Atkins dumps it back to Gullo. Gullo tries to flick a backhander up. It's up and over the net. Atkins the closest one to it. He can't get to it. It's going to come around the glass here. Turner tries to keep it in. Instead, we're going to come the other way through Jurich. Jurich down and offside as Stevens was a little too excited there, and it's going to be blown back.
Yeah, Stevens was stuck in no man's land that time, kind of getting himself way offside on the near side of the ice.
Face off here to the far right of Harley White, far left of Troy Passingham. On it, Zelok for Danville. He wins it out to Seth Ensor. Looking for a stretch pass here, going to try and send it all the way down to Barakov. Barakov, the first one to it, touches it up, gets it out to Zelok. Off the foot of the official, might have been keeping it in the offensive zone there for Danville. Might want to tip your cap to the official as Ensor brings it around. He picks up speed, a little bit too much speed as that was a hard pass to Turner. He's unable to keep it in. Turner fires a backhand, draws two into the offensive zone, and Zelok and Quintos able to go to work. Zelok fires it right into the back of the net here of Troy Passingham, unable to do anything with it. Danville. Stevens able to get it out, but only momentarily, is brought back into the line and kept in there. That one will be offsides, but Elmira will play it first, so no matter. Barakov on it now with a nice stick move to get past Zach Pease. This one thrown down to Passingham. He catches it kind of like a little leaguer catching a pop fly there. You kind of use the chest basket there. A hard pass off the boards. That one's going to come all the way back down for an icing. That one came off the stick there of Cameron Yarwood.
Not sure what he was trying to do there.
Didn't look like it was aimed to be a stretch pass, but Yarwood and Passingham explaining the situation to one another there. A.J. Tesserero in the face-off circle for Danville. On the other end of that one was Zach Pease. It's won by Danville. Played out a shot from Fred Hine there. Oh, a rebound almost in. Tesserero was pushed off it just in the nick of time there as Kyle Stevens comes the other way. Now Zach Pease. Pease pushed off there by Browsen. Brett Menton on it now. Menton coming up the middle. Browsen to his left, Fred Hine to his right. Menton looking for his first point here, dropped it off to Browsen. Backhand, swallowed up nicely by Yarwood. Browsen looking for that 200th goal. Almost had it there. A nice stick work to get open in space.
Well, that was a big line with Fred Hine, Browsen, and A.J. Tesserero out there together again. Coach Ray Tremblay playing a little mix and match, trying to get some different combinations out there and see if he can get some spark lit.
12:05 left to go here off the faceoff. Bounces off Passingham's right blocker. Elmira able to clear the zone with it as far as Murray. Murray sends it down the right-hand side. Getting back on side there was Mitch Atkins. Atkins applying the pressure. That one comes out to Babenko. Babenko throws it up to no run, really. A long slap shot, almost redirected in there off the stick of J.T. Walters, but harmlessly wide there at Passingham. Gullo on it now. Nick Gullo, a hard slapper there. It was nicely sticked away, though, by J.T. Walters, making up for the mistake earlier. Hoggood on it now, unable to clear. Narrowly onside there, a shot from the right-hand side, looming. It's Brendan Hussey blowing a skate and skating into the boards there. He gets back on the puck, though. That one almost got to White, but Hoggood does it. He blows a skate, too.
Fought that one off.
The magic ice down there in the corner, taking everybody off their skates as Nick Gullo comes out with it. Keeps it onside, dumps it along the boards here to Mitch Atkins. Gullo goes in for a shift change. It's Atkins there against 5 Enforcers, almost shoves it in onto Passingham, though. Instead, it's Quintos keeping it in, redirected there by Atkins, almost in. He's pushed off there by Dale Dion.
Atkins was being...
That one was thrown out of play. Looks like it got touched up, though.
That was close. Atkins was absolutely being mugged in front of the net. That's why he didn't get a chance, and we are going to get a delay of game penalty.
I see, okay. It wasn't touched up. A lot of people calling for it, but no excitement. You would have thought you would have heard that one from the crowd, but I think it's safe to say down 3 with 10:56 left to go. A lot of the life sucked out here as we head into the Jenna-Worth power play, but what a perfect time to strike and get one back here. 2-goal lead, the most dangerous lead in hockey. If you can score inside of this 2-minute window, you might fancy yourself with a chance.
The boys score here. This crowd is going to come to life.
Turner with it. Turner back to Hine. Hine with some space. Over to Browsen. Oh, just too hard off the stick, and instead Elmira come the other way through Kyle Stevens and Ahmed Mahfouz. Stevens on it now. One-on-one with Harley White up high. White had that one sealed. Danville going to have to get back onto this one. Tesorero coming the other way. They've got numbers. Fred Hine open. Oh, he should have kept that one, but he fires it over the wide right. Easier said than done, of course, but Justin Browsen ends up with it.
Fred's
this one
been
threw it
looking
all the
to
way down.
pass instead of shoot lately, and kind of cost himself an opportunity there.
Shooter's got to take your shot. Wayne Gretzky. Now Fred Hine on this one. Over to Barakov. Barakov's got some space here. Barakov back across, and the crowd is in it. To Tesorero behind the net. A long stretch pass there to Brad Denny. Denny, the right-hander, fires one off the side netting there. Comes back around to Tesorero. Tesorero out to the point here for Ensor. Ensor over to Denny. That one flubbed up by Dmitro Babenko.
Yeah, Babenko just getting a stick on that one disrupted that play.
This one thrown all the way down the ice. Icing waved off. Quintos is on there trying to apply pressure. Is that one cleared by Elmira all the way down to Harley White. 45 seconds left to go here in the power play, the Jenna-Worth power play. 9:40 left to go in the third period. Quintos on this one. Brad Denny was hit off the puck there as Ensor carries it across the line. Nicely done by Mitch Atkins to stay onside. Ensor thrown face first into the boards there as he is able to keep this one in. Tyler Quintos comes out with it. Atkins on it now. Atkins to Ensor. Ensor to Quintos. Quintos across to Denny. Denny tries to fire one through. A little bit of a shot there. Ensor looking for his second rebound. Almost buried home instead. Yeah! Go!
Wrapped it home!
Artem Efimov Barakov gets his second of the night.
He pulled that puck away, wrapped it around the net, and stuffed it home.
5-3, Elmira now on top of Danville. Just a 2-goal lead as Danville on a little bit of a momentum high, scoring on the Jenna-Worth power play to Dale Dion, who was in the box for delay of game.
Yeah, that got everything woken up around here.
And we're going to be right back at the center circle here, 5-2. Danville has scored 3 straight goals to get themselves back into this one. Levi Armstrong on it now, down the right-hand side. Gullo tries to make some room here. Succeeds in doing so. He's going to get this one out. Takes a hard hit there into the boards. Still trying to play the puck. You cannot shake him off the puck. That one passed back to Passingham by his defense. Now coming back here through the other 77 on the ice, Brandon Tucker. Both 77s with 2 goals here tonight. A shot here from 77, Brandon Tucker, was high and left. This one played by Murray. It comes all the way out to Armstrong. Armstrong using a body to hold one off here. Plays it between the legs. A nice pass there as it comes back out to Nick Gullo. Taken down behind the play was Zelak. A shot there from Gullo up in front of the goal. Almost rebounded in there as Passingham looked around. His defense gets a stick on it though.
Boy, Danville changing up while having a big advantage in the offensive end. They cost themselves an opportunity there.
This one brought back around here, coming around for the delayed offside, played by Elmira's Tyler Jurich. Over to Essery. Essery throws this one behind. It's going to come to White. He's got to be careful with this one, though. Elmira applying pressure. Played back to the point here. A shot from the point, blocked off with the foot of Justin Browsen, out to Fred Hine. Hine dumps it down as Danville was in the middle of a shift change. Might get as far as Mitch Atkins. It was played nicely by Yarwood, though.
It's a second time set time that they were changing up.
Mitch Atkins on it, pushed off by Yarwood. Stick was tied up there. Atkins keeping it in the offensive zone nonetheless, though.
Good aggressive play by the Dashers. He's got it.
Out to the point to Ensor, over to Turner. Turner fires a slapper, doing nicely. Looked like Passingham came up with a little bit of a pulled muscle there.
Yeah, Passingham's hurt.
And Essery come the other way with it. He's going to stretch that one off. He's still up back there. Hopefully he's okay. Mitch Atkins on this one, trying to find a pass. Now Danville looking on the attack here. Seth Ensor on it. He's going to dump it off to the point. Comes over to Atkins. Off the foot of Atkins, he retains possession. And coming back around in front of net here is Ensor. Actually on that one was Jesse Nair. Now Atkins pushed down behind the play here. A little bit of a stick trip up there. No arms in the air though. As Atkins and Danville able to recover. Brad Denny fires a post shot. Didn't get quite as far. It was blocked up by Mark Essery. Blowing a tire there was Brett Menton, but he does enough to get a stick on it and stop the speedster Essery from going anywhere. Jesse Nair with a shot that's well high up into the netting.
Yeah, Brett Menton laying down on his back there as he lost the skate, but fighting for all he was worth to try to get a stick on that one and to keep the play alive. Good effort.
We're going to have our third and final media timeout here in the third period.
Well, it's about time. They had to bring us another glass of wine, Nate. The sangria is a good choice for you for the end of the third period here.
It's really funny because you know it's a joke because I don't drink wine. I don't like it. Never have.
On your ticket stub is the last 5.
That's all right. I'll finish yours out for you, too.
Well, a game here, and maybe not what we were exactly expecting, but if the Danville Dashers had played like this for the majority of the game, who's to say what the score would have been? Probably more similar to last night, as both teams able to get a couple of goals tonight in an FPHL night that's seen its fair share of goals, with Danville and Elmira the only game that's still going on. At our final media timeout, let's revisit those final scores. Carolina beat Watertown by a score of 6-3. Columbus went on the road to beat Menor there in Ohio, 7-3. Danbury 6-4 on the road at Delaware. Port Huron 9-3, a win over Battle Creek on the road, and Elmira currently up 5-3. 6:22 left to go here in the third period as we head back to the action.
Harley White's been really good in the goal after giving up that very first goal of his game. He's been solid and has shut down a very tough Elmira offense ever since giving up that first goal. He's settled in great.
This one won by Elmira and played back behind here. Danville able to play it a little bit here with Menton. Menton, another costly turnover there. Wouldn't have been anything, though, as Elmira was a little bit offside. Coming back around, it's retained by Zach Pease.
Baraka very active again today. He really wants to get that heady.
Speaking of, he was on the puck there. Now it's Quintos. Quintos fires one wide to the left. It's going to do well as a pass to Zelok, though. It was turned over, though, to 94, Brendan Hussey, who's coming down the other way with it. On the other side, Zach Pease. Pease fires a pass across the blue zone, comes out and skims away from Harley White. Brett Menton on it now. Menton with a nice pass. That one is connected as he finds Barakov. Barakov throws it down. We're going to have a full-scale shift change here for Danville. Waiting on the side there is Zach Pease, but Elmira holds it behind the net. Now on it. And they are coming around the left-hand side here, looking for a stretch pass to Pease. Instead, it comes back to Gullo. Getting back on side there, Atkins. A hard slapper almost finds that top left corner. Jesse Nair instead going to be redirected. Almost an opportunity there, but Elmira coming the other way with numbers. Working down the right-hand side, Ahmad Mahfouz. Over to Pease. A nice stick check there by Logan Hawgood, probably saved an opportunity. This one fired onto Harley White. He's going to pad that one away. Elmira gets a shift change of their own.
5 minutes left.
Stretch pass to Jesse Nair. Nair throws it around looking for Nick Gullo. And that one put on dangerously. A backhand just high. Mitch Atkins almost scoring. This is coming out to the point here. Out to Hawgood. Hawgood fires a shot. That one's touched up. Coming off the boards here. Played by Glenn Patterson. Coming back around, it's going to be played by number 27, Hudson Michaelis. Now over to Mahfouz. Mahfouz dumps this one down off the boards, likes his chances there with Brandon Tucker going after it. He gets it for a moment, is pushed off, though, by Hawgood. Hawgood and Nair trying to do what they can to clear this one. Comes out to Browsen. Browsen on it now. Brings it across his own blue line, down the left-hand side. Throws it down around the ice. Is Passingham going to get a stick on this one? He moves very well on his skates, Troy Passingham. Come the other way with it now through number 19, Ahmed Mahfouz. This one comes all the way up to Harley White. A little bit of pass and play by the goaltenders of both sides. Coming down the right-hand side, here's Zelok. Zelok with a shot swallowed up by Passingham.
Oh, it's a good thing for Elmira that he had the handle on that one, because you had A.J. Tesserero coming from one side, and you had Turner even coming in from his defensive point, coming in deep to try to get that rebound, but to no avail.
One by Elmira, thrown back into the zone here. Danville trying to keep it in, don't do so. Mark Estuary coming the other way, he's got Jurich on the side. Tries to pass to Jurich, a nice defensive play there by A.J. Tesserero, knocks him off of it. Seth Ensor, the goal scorer, now coming down. He's got Fred Hein over on the side, likes to take one himself, almost slots it up to the right of Passingham, trying to go stick side, instead Zelak ends up with a rebound. Fred Hein a shot, that one blocked up there on the corner. And this one's still in the defensive zone for Elmira as Quintos throws it down on Passingham. A lot of shots, maybe not great opportunities. Fred Hein getting a revenge shot here.
Finished his check really hard.
Fred Hein might end up with the puck. Instead, it comes out to Mark Estuary. Estuary and Jurich. Turner, the last man back, able to get there. As we got a fight down here. It's Hein throwing rights, and he's got in his grab right there. He's fighting here in the corner. He's got in his arms. Coming the other way, Fred Hein takes him down. It was J.T. Walters on the other side of that one.
Yeah, I don't think J.T. liked the fact that Fred Hein rode him tough into the boards. And when he went after Fred, Fred kind of finished it off.
Our second fight of the night, I would say we're back to 1-1.
Yeah, that one's that's a clear decision for Fred Hein on that fight. 3:11 left. Still time for the Dashers to pull this one out.
The remnants of the fight are being taken to their various locations in the penalty boxes. 3:11 left to go in the third period. Elmira still up 5-3.
That was a good, clean hit by Fred Hein, but it was a tough hit into the boards. Was not taken kindly by the Elmira player.
Brad Denny outlet pass taken here by Brandon Tucker. It comes all the way back to Hawgood. That one chipped up by Mahfouz, who does some nice hand-eye to get a stick on that one. Played for along the boards. Mahfouz is the one that comes out with it. Mahfouz skates across his own blue line. He passes it off here to Cameron Yarwood. Back across here, playing it there was Glenn Patterson. This one comes out to Mahfouz. Some sustained passing here from Elmira. A chance down in front of this one is wrapping it around is Hudson Michaelis. Turned over to Danville in front of the net as Brad Denny comes the other way. Denny a pass to himself off the leg there of Michaelis, and it comes down behind the goal here for Elmira. Now one back by Atkins. Atkins lays it off. He's got it now back again. Pushed off of it though, and Michaelis gets it back.
Ooh.
Over to the other side to Cameron Yarwood. He's tripped up. No call on that one as that one's coming down the other way here. Not sure there was anything in that one, but anytime they fall, you got to look. Coming the other way with it is Michaelis. He lets this one get touched up. A nice stick check there by Barakov. He's been active, to say the least, tonight. Elmira now not throwing that same offensive pressure forward with just 1:51 left to go here. And rightfully so.
Keeping three back.
A good change in game plan here. Danville now coming the other way through Zelak. Nice hand-eye there by Barakov to keep it in, but it's turned right back over to Mahfouz, who passes it off there. Dale Dion. That one slung down into the Dashers' defensive zone. 1:30 left to go here in the third. One back there, and that was Zach Pease getting it back. Elmira, some nice passing here, strung along, trying to kill some time as it comes out to Mahfouz, who sends it down. That one coming all the way to Harley White. White almost with a soccer trap there as he grabs it with his foot.
Oh. Yeah, Elmira playing a little four corners offense there, just killing the clock.
Justin Browsen past one. He's going to try and wrap it around here. Past two, tries to shove it home. And the puck didn't end up in the goal, but two players did. So not exactly what you want to see, but Browsen, some nice solo play there to create an opportunity.
Yeah, I don't think you get credit for scoring a couple of players in the goal. not sure on my Federal Hockey League rules all the time, but I still don't believe they give a point for a player in the net. Minute 2 left. It looks like Coach Ray Tremblay is going to take his time out.
Now, if you're Ray Tremblay down there in that huddle, Dennis, what's the thought? What's the message to your guys here? Down 2, 1:02 left to go in the third period.
The thought is we've got an opportunity if we get the face-off to get Jesse White. I think he's going to start off the ice here. I think we're going to go with 6 skaters. So letting that empty net kind of hang out there, trying to get this big advantage here with a minute 2 left to play and down 2. We're going to see every chance taken here by Coach Ray Tremblay. And he's going to get some big bodies out there and some good playmakers. Mitch Atkins will be out on the ice. Jesse Naher, who was a little shaken up last time he was on the ice, is back. Quintos out there, Sam Turner on the point, and the big body of Browsen out there as well.
Face off here with 1:02 left.
1 minute remaining in the third.
Elmira wins it out. It's a scrum down in front to get it. Brad Denny on it now. Fires a shot that was redirected off the foot of Nair, swallowed up nicely by Troy Passingham.
54.6 left. That net wide open down in the Dashers' end. 6 skaters for Danville trying to cash in.
Thrown back behind the goal here. Danville trying to shove anything home. That one leaks out. And comes all the way out to Brad Denny. A little bit of a side hug there. I think he just friend-zoned the official, Dennis, with 42 seconds left to go.
Got a little friendly there along the boards.
42 left to go.
Another icing. 42 seconds left here.
5-3 Elmira. 42 seconds left for Danville to get one back. Open net here for Danville. Shot fired on, redirected off the top of the bar and back behind it. As a scrum in front of the net. We might see this one blown dead just because the puck was lost. A couple of bodies hitting the ground.
I think the puck was up on the netting in the back of the net.
35 seconds left to go here now. Another stoppage in play.
Woo, doggy. Dashers really pouring on the pressure. They can cash in. They still got a time to pull this one back.
Danville, 32 seconds left, trying to get something in front here. Elmira pouring bodies back. This one redirected in front here. A scrum, and it's open in front and swallowed up, eventually lost in front of Troy Passingham and called to a freeze.
All 5 skaters for Elmira were basically within a foot and a half of their goaltender there. It was a huge scrum in front of the net.
That's a good way not to let anything past.
It's a lot of
the net.
Arms, legs, knees, and skates.
Justin Browsen hits the deck here. And this one comes all the way back to Sam Turner. 16 seconds left to go here as Turner in front of his own empty net. Now over to Denny. Denny over to Turner. Turner trying to link up with somebody there in the front, finds Justin Browsen. Now back to Turner. Turner throws it down along the boards. 5 seconds left to go in the game. Quintos with it. Quintos tries to find one. This one going to be tied up. Mark Estery going to do the final touch here, and the clock runs out. And Elmira has swept the Danville Dashers on the road this weekend.
Great effort by the Danville Dashers, though, in the third period. When you come in down 5-1, the least you want to do is just win the period. They did, got it within 2, but just could not get any closer.
And scoring just 3 goals on 46 shots. Not a great night from the offense, not a great night from Jesse Gordichuk, and when you combine those 2 things, it makes it awfully hard to win a game.
We have not seen any bad games by Jesse Gordichuk all season long at home until tonight. Frustrating night. He was his biggest critic on the easy goals that he let in. Got the hook early. Harley White gave up 1 goal to start his stint on the ice, but after that he shut out Elmira the rest of the way, which gave the Danville Dashers a chance. But Nate, this Elmira club is awfully tough.
Yeah, a good win for them tonight. In the thick of it, no doubt, in the playoff contention over there in the Eastern Conference, sitting in second place right now, an 18-12 record. a little bit behind Danbury, kind of in a similar situation to where Port Huron and Danville are behind Carolina. And in a league where 8 teams are going to make the playoffs, it's looking more and more like they're going to be pretty well set when they come into things, probably playing that 3 seed, which as we sit right now would be Danville. I'm not 100% sure on how the playoffs are going to line up this season. We'll get an official clarification on that eventually, I'm sure, as we haven't ever seen this many teams in the FP, and a great look. Not a great look for Danville here tonight, though. A good third period, not enough, and 3 straight goals. You can't overturn a 5-1 deficit by scoring 3 straight here. It's just not enough from Danville, and they're going to look to regroup, maybe learn a little bit more heading through practice, probably skate quite a bit over the course of the week, and head into their next game.
Tough losses this weekend against Elmira that certainly didn't look like they were suffering from any bus lag.
No, they certainly didn't.
Good effort for them. Got to give them credit where credit is due, and Elmira played a really tough weekend of hockey.
And it is interesting to see Artem Efimov Barakov get the second star here, which makes it even more strange. Brendan Hussey was your 3rd star, and Brandon Tucker was your 1st star. Now, looking at the statistics, Dennis, I'm a little confused, but I'm not mad about it, as Barakov did have 2 goals and a lot of hustle plays. Seth Ensor actually ended up with 3 points on the night, and I would have thought one of them would have gotten the 3rd star, but instead Barakov switching it up with Brendan Hussey, who gets the 3rd star. Obviously, we said Brandon Tucker gets the 1st star for Elmira. 2 stars and splitting, I would say, pretty fair considering how that 3rd period went. I think if things had gone a little bit differently, 3 Elmira players and the 3 stars, but for now, you appease the home crowd a little bit and throw one of the players into the stars.
Yeah, Artie had a good game. Very solid, obviously cashing in twice with 2 goals, but also having that situation where he just played a good game from start to finish. He was definitely the Dashers star of the game.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Well, Elmira arguably could have had a lot more stars than that. There's only 3 to give out, though, as Ahmed Mahfouz, 2 points, Brandon Tucker, 2 points, Brendan Hussey, 2 points, and adding with 1 point, Gino Minnie, Andrew Harrison, Zach Pease, Dimitro Babenko, Tyler Urich, Hudson Michaelis, Cameron Yarwood, all contributing a point there. A lot going on here at the David S. Palmer Arena in a big scoring night for the FPHL. Elmira moves on to their next game. They'll play tomorrow in Port Huron. That game at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern there in Port Huron, and that is a pretty decent bus trip for them heading into tomorrow. They got to get back to the hotel tonight and head out, Jonathan Clement told us. And always good seeing John, seeing Ahmed Mahfouz, seeing some guys coming back, Andrew Harrison coming back, the former Dasher, and of course seeing Mitch Atkins get to reunite with some of his former teammates. Always a good experience to have them in town, and we wish them a safe trip back to New York after going over to Port Huron. A fun night here.
That's a tough road trip to come in and face Danville twice in front of a usual Danville hostile crowd, and then to have to play a 3rd game on the weekend up at Port Huron. That's some busy play. Those are going to be some tired legs on Monday.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's going to be really interesting to see how it plays out. Danville has a week until their next game, but they'll be hosting Carolina here at home.
Oh, boy.
In a 2-game stand before heading to Port Huron on Sunday of next week. It's going to be an interesting weekend, to say the least, for Danville. They're going to have to maybe let a little bit off of those legs, probably skate hard in the early part of the week, and then come back and get ready for that. Well, that's a little bit of an action here at FPHL. I'd say a good night overall. Elmira does take the victory, heading out 5-3. Danville did a lot in that 3rd period, a lot of really good hustle plays, just not enough to overturn that early lead. Harley White doing a good job at coming in and sealing the gate other than that 1 goal as they pulled themselves back into it. Well, good luck to Elmira the rest of the way, and we'll be back hopefully for some huge wins against Carolina next week here at home. Well, for Dennis Michelson, I'm Nate Williams, and we'll see you guys next week. Or if you're Elmira, we may see you in the playoffs eventually along the road. That'll be the last possible time, as we won't see you guys here at home again. We'll see you later. Have a good night. Get home safe. And as always, we wish you the very best. Be nice to one another.